part of the course now, coming up onto this hill. The 4 provincial champions are there, Connacht, Katie Gibbons.
So we're live now here for the GloHealth All-Ireland Schools Cross Country Championships, and straight into the action here. Phelan Kelly here just as your commentator, and here with nTrai. And we're climbing up our first hill here in Sligo Racecourse. Looks like Grania Egan is in the lead here. So we're going to try and track them. We're up here in the stand in the race course. Plenty of noise going on here. Liam Moggan is on the overhead tannoy as we keep an eye here, and they're going to come across and into the front here now of the first lap here in the minor girls 2000.
Very, very determined with that first hill well broken from her.
So away they go here.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, they have one full lap to complete their 2,000 metres.
So one full lap to complete, says Liam Moggan. Oh, we have a 10-metre lead. It could be our
and each of their schools,
Munster champion is in the lead there.
Friends who do geography and history and maths, and this is
so we'll keep you going.
What they'll be talking about on Monday.
As they come across.
Scatter them, all right.
Schools in this: St Joseph's Castlebar, Loreto Kilkenny, Rice College Ennis, Victoria College Belfast, SH Westport, Athlone CC, Loreto St Stephen's Green, Maynooth PP, Waterpark College, Kilrush CS, St Columbanus College, and Strathern Belfast.
Not afraid of front running. About 10 metres, and they'll go on.
So we'll keep an eye here now on all the action.
Good to yielding,
Anya Kerwin won the Leinster Schools
facing them when they come back. It'll be to their
for Loreto Kilkenny, and they'll have a strong team here. They'll be in the light blue vest, just as they pass the ambulance there. Our early leader still much to the fore. So I can see one light blue vest, a couple of light blue vests there. That'll be the Loreto Kilkenny team, and they had qualifiers in every age group at the Leinster Schools Cross Country Championships. So they'll be looking to take the team title here.
Chocolate, and then all the dreams and hopes and ambitions that will hopefully unfold on the day.
So again, first race of the day, our early leaders still storm and clear, and it looks like they're going to hold on and take this title unless that chasing pack there, the peloton, can come and catch them. So Anya Kerwin, as I mentioned already, she was our Leinster Schools winner.
Chasing group now, maybe 8 or 10, a lot easier for them.
So can they catch down the downhill here now, and they'll come across into a crosswind as we build towards some of the bigger races in the day. This is their first taste of National Schools Cross Country Championships. Katie Gibbons for St Joseph's Castlebar was the Connacht minor girls winner.
Rice College Ennis, one of many schools from Ennis, St Flannel's, trying to do a double.
So down the bottom of the race course,
Waterpark College, which is in Waterford, in Kilrush Community
so they loop around. It's going to be a testing finish.
Right onto the Atlantic there in County Clare. Victoria College Belfast, St Columbanus College, and the team that finished third last year, Strathern Belfast. Many teams here today. They're the 12th and final team in the makeup.
Anna Hill was our Ulster winner. So it looks like there's more action here now.
Is still out there. As commentator was saying, there's 10 of them near enough, if good enough, so her bravery might be
so just trying to keep an eye on them here.
Certainly, irrespective of how she finishes now,
looks like they're all back bunched together now. Our early leader now has been swallowed up, and it's going to be some tough closing now into the finish. So they've around 500 to go. They're going to be passing the starting pen now shortly. So midway through. So here we go. It's hotting up now. 500 metres or so to go. We're just settling in here for the GloHealth All-Ireland Schools Cross Country Championships on the centenary year of the Irish Schools Athletics Association. Plenty of background noise here as we try and focus on our leaders. So it still looks like Anya Curran could still be in the mix there. I can see a light blue vest of Loretto Kilkenny in there. As now it comes down to who has the testing fitness. The distances have been going up through the regions.
Complete lap done, so they only have the run to the finish, but that run to the finish incorporates a little bit of wind and a hill, and our long-time leader.
So stretching out again here now.
At this stage, and we've two girls, a very different physique there now. The tall, elegant stride, the blue singlet could be Loretto Stevens Green, and the small diminutive figure in on the
that's
inside.
The Loretto Kilkenny girl. It could be Anya Curran there.
Their first ever Irish schools cross-country.
Again, hard to tell when we can't see the numbers.
2, 4, 6 of them there broken away.
I think I can see Enda Fitzpatrick jogging across our screen there in the blue. So here we go, striking for home. They'll be coming up the hill. Got a couple of 100 metres left to go, 300 metres or so to go. It's a strong strike for home. Has she enough left in the tank? She goes up the hill.
So they're well on the last lap of what you'd be familiar with if we're in Tullamore or Santry or.
So it looks like they're well separated out. Looks like we have our winner decided. Is it Anya Curran from Loretto Kilkenny? And is she going to lead her school to the All-Ireland Schools cross-country title?
And the race for second and third particularly is really, really tight, with the team prize of the top 3.
Still trying to settle this if we can get in. Zoom in close, we might get our number. I don't think it's Anya Curran.
Let's put your hands together. One of the Loretto girls coming into the gantry. There's 100 metres, the long ponytail, she's not as tall.
So here we go, our first winner of the day in the GloHealth All-Ireland Schools Cross Country Championships. If we can zoom in there, we might get a number.
But the girl in blue won't be crossed this day, the minor girls.
So there's our winner. Second place, that's Megan Carr, Robert Heffernan's daughter in second place there. Megan Carr having a great run for second in the All-Ireland Schools there. So they're coming thick and fast. We might try and get our winner, but that's Megan Carr there from St. Angela's, I think. Or Loretto Fermoy. Megan Carr from Loretto Fermoy in second. That's a great run coming up from the... She didn't even win the Munster Schools, so that's a great performance here in the Sligo racecourse as they're all filtering in now. We're going to try and settle our team numbers.
But again, you can see how every single place matters so much.
So the old classic,
going all over the world on streaming, so that anybody who
the old classic hands across.
See a son or a daughter, a brother, a sister, or a teammate running. Finishing gantry, that's good. At the athletes moving up now, so they keep in line. And that gets our first of the 10 race program underway. We'll bring you details of that as.
So here they are streaming in.
The next race will be the junior.
It's the minor
boys.
girls.
They'll have one small lap to start with.
2,000 metres.
One big, great.
So here they come. We'll try and see if we can pick up out some of those singlets there.
Well done, the Bula bus here. It's just as it should be.
Bit of a crosswind here, quite bitter and breezy. And we have the podium here. I can see the Loretto Kilkenny girls there anyway.
We'll be having a clapometer on you later on in the afternoon, and we hope that will only be the lowest.
So Michael Hunt there in the cap, the president of the Irish Schools. Megan Carr just getting a bottle of water there from Loretto Fermoy.
They have qualified from regions and provinces.
So number 101.
Really well.
Oh, number 85. So we're going to check out number 85. It was Amy Kenna from St. Macdara's. Amy Kenna from Leinster. It's been flying. So a great win there for Amy Kenna.
And Abbey Community College in Boyle.
So she's turned the tables there. And I'm not sure if we have minor. Got medals for the top 6.
CBS, who are the defending minor boys.
That's Anya Curran there, number 31.
Defend the minor boys title. Munster, represented by St. Augustine's Dungarvan, one of 6 Dungarvan schools competing here today. Colorado Pobble Bantry and St. Flannan's in Ennis.
So it's all turning up there. We can see one Loretto Kilkenny there. That's number 20.
And the Ulster schools are represented by Our Lady.
That's Hannah O'Keefe. So next up is our minor boys. You can see the schedule there, 2,500 at 12:15. In 5 minutes time, again, it's going to be cut and thrust, picking it out. I can see Professor Kieran O'Connor, the president there, looking pretty cool in the shades there. Michael Hunt, the president of the Irish Schools in the centenary year, with the hat to the far right, and the top 6 individuals. So Megan Carr, second place. Robert Heffernan would be delighted with that, his daughter stepping up to the plate and having a fantastic run, getting through for second place for these GloHealth All-Ireland Schools Cross-Country Championships. And you can tweet us in. I can see Zach Irwin there in the yellow bib and the Irish Athletics bag. He's doing our Twitter and Facebook feed for today, so don't be afraid to tweet us in. Hashtag Irish Schools XC16. And we can see the next starting 10 for the minor boys, 2,500 metres. The schools are qualified in this: Rice College, Westport, St Gerald's Castlebar, Abbey CC and Boyle. From Leinster, we've Coláiste Owen, Coláiste Weir Mullingar, who've strong teams throughout the day. Naas CBS. In Munster, St Augustine's Dungarvan, Coláiste Pobble Vantry, St Flannan's Ennis, and we'll be seeing lots of them throughout the day. And of course, Kevin Mulcair from St Flannan's Ennis is looking to bag the double here. He won in Clongowes Wood College last year, winning the senior boys race. As it looks like they're going to be ready to go and unleashed here. From Ulster Schools of Our Lady and St Pat's in Knock, St Michael's Enniskillen and St Malachy's Belfast. Again, a huge lineage and history there. I was talking to Gareth Turnbull last night, and he was one of the famous past pupils of St Malachy's. Famously, in 1 year on the track at the All-Ireland Schools, they won the junior boys, inter boys and senior boys 1500 metre titles, all in the 1 year. I don't know if that'll ever be repeated. Conor Sweeney, Colin McLean and Gareth Turnbull all winning the 1500 metre All-Ireland Schools title the same day. And another famous past pupil is now a teacher there, and he's leading the charge in developing the next generation of St Malachy schoolboys. That's Joe McAllister, and he would have gone as well to the Penn Relays at St Malachy's, where they would have won and even set world records for the distance medley relay, with Conor Sweeney, Colin McLean, Gareth Turnbull and of course Joe. Much more of a distance runner, but intriguingly he was set on the 400 metre leg, and it was still good enough for them to win the medley relays. So again, individual qualifiers in this, I can even see already Sean Donoghue from St Declan's Cabra, he's the Leinster Schools champion. Ted Collins, Glenstal Abbey School in Munster, he'll be another one of the leading contenders. You can see Matthew Smith from Methodist College Belfast, I think he won the Ulster Schools. So some of the individuals here not representing a team, obviously they're representing their school, but intriguingly they couldn't get a school team through despite having number 1. Again, most of you know the scoring, but again, if you don't, for the cross-country scoring, it's the team with the lowest point score will win on the day. So first place is 1 point, 6th place would be 6 points, 13th place would be 13 points and so on. 4 to score in the boys, I think 3 to score in the girls, and the lowest tally combining, so obviously 1, 6 and 13. For any of yous good at any of you good at your mathematics, 1, 6 and 13 as I think about it, that'll be 7 and 13, that'll be 20 points in terms of a team total for 3 runners. So that'll be kind of the order for the day, who's going to win the team titles.
2,500 metres to 2,000 made up of the big lap you saw the minor girls doing before that. There will be a shorter 500 metre lap here in the infield before the grandstand. Then head out that lap that you saw earlier.
So a few jumping jacks you can see just towards the far end of the GloHealth flag. They're cold, but they've hearts full of innocent expectations here as they look to lay down a marker. And I'm going to put on my gloves now, try and wrap up. As Paul sitting here beside me from nTrai, we're keeping an eye on proceedings, looking over at the back end, top end of the stand here in Sligo Racecourse. Again, tweet us in, Facebook us in if you can as well. We'll see if we can get a few of the winners and anybody else around the course Sonia O'Sullivan and Katrina McKiernan are in attendance. We'll see if we can get a few people up here and get a few interviews going as well, because it's going to be a long day if you're just listening to me for the next couple of hours. So I fumble with my gloves. It's a little bit of fumbling at the end at the start line. What will they do? Some of them wishing I wish I held my top a little bit longer. Just have to jump up and down. The nerves are ticking. As I settle into position here. Still waiting the off. Again, qualified schools from Connacht, Rice College, Westport, St Gerald's Castle, Bar, Abbey CC and Boyle. From Leinster, we have Closh Owen in Dublin, and Gael School is still Oregon. Closh Wirra Mullingar, Nace CBS, Munster, St Augustine's and Garvin, Closh Pubble Vantry, St Flannan's Ennis. From Ulster, Our Lady and St Pat's Knock, St Michael's Enniskillen and St Malachy's Belfast. Again, all will be looking to make their mark. The GloHealth All-Ireland Schools Cross Country Championships, celebrating the centenary year of the Irish Schools Athletics Association. The hashtag, if you want to get in touch with us again, is Irish Schools XC16. We're going to get that up on our XC16. So we'll hopefully get a few tweets coming through on the live feed. We're just putting that through there. Irish Schools XC16. Minor boys still awaiting their starting gun. We're going to just check here. Zach Irwin, multiple sprints. Schools champion is on our Twitter and Facebook today. He's flashing it out there as I do the live stream.
And right on 12:15, Michael
and Liam Moggan says right on 12:15, the minor boys are underway.
2016 underway. 12 schools,
so here we go.
Defending champions, Nace CBS got third in Leinster. The team that got second.
12 schools in this, another fast and furious pace. They have to go straight up this hill, covering 2,500 metres. So away they go. Who's making their mark? Looks like St Augustine's St Garvin there in the black and red singlet are up there in the lead. As we try and pick out a few singlets here. So they're coming up the hill and they're going to wrap around in front of the main grandstand and across the main fans. There's a few people in the middle of the course. So here they come up. And they're all bunched together, snaking around and in front of the home stand here.
The short lap, so we'll see them come back up here one more time. Again, we saw the
so here we go. I think everybody's experienced some form of cross-country running in their school's sporting life. And their sporting life and secondary school is beginning here as they come across the main grandstand. Try and pick across. You can see the biting wind cutting into them, especially with the Athletics Ireland gantry there. So there's a cheer as they're going around. And they're already nicely stretched out. There'll be a Bantry singlet there in the blue up there. So again, hard to pick out which names and individuals, particularly in the minor races as they're new to the running scene. But all we can do is watch, observe, and watch as they snake around down to the left, and they'll be going down the hill in Sligo racecourse here. So down they go. Just stand up and have a look and see who else is walking around here today. And we've got some results. David O'Shea has kindly got me the results. So minor girls results. In first place, Amy Kenna. In second place, from St McDarris. In second place, Megan Carloretto from Moy. In third place, Lucy O'Keefe from St Mary's Middleton. Anna Hill from Victoria College Belfast is fifth. was fourth. Hannah O'Keefe, Loretto Kilkenny, fifth. Orla Reedy, Maynooth PP in sixth. Grania Egan from St Mary's Mallow in seventh. She won the Munster schools. Amelia Tyler from Victoria College Belfast, eighth. And completing the top 10 was Gemma McFadden from Loretto CS Milford and Lily Tourish from St Celia's Derry. So all can change.
And Ted Collins from Glenstall Abbey School is wearing number 246.
From province to the nationals, who's gotten more training. Some will be nervous, some might mistime their effort, and just some this course might suit them. There's much more testing course. We've got two early runners
championships, and I'll go and bring you that. I'll confirm all
edging
that
forward
in a moment.
So who can time their effort the best? See if we might even zoom in here and get a clearer picture on their numbers. Again, it's hard to see. We're guessing here by saying it's red versus blue.
So there they go now. The tall and the small, as we saw from the last one. Very nice.
Liam Moggan has said over the main tannoy, you've got the tall versus the small. We're striding out in front of the main grandstand.
2, 4, 5.
And there still can be plenty of action in the mid-pack to come through. We saw our early leader from the last race, which I think was Grania Egan from St Mary's Mallow. She was swallowed up. Let's see Sean Donoghue, St Declan's Carver. He's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in sixth position there. St Declan's Carver have a yellow singlet and the black side, so you can see him just there just at the back at the end of your shot there in screen. So that looks like Sean Donoghue from St Declan's Carver, the Leinster champion. Can he come through and make some ground?
Minor girls champions for 2016 is the team representing Loretto College Kilkenny. So
Loretto College Kilkenny are our minor girls schools champions.
To Anne Kerwin, Orla O'Keefe, Hannah O'Keefe, who finished fifth.
I'm just going to log on here as well, see if there's any tweets. So Irish Schools XC16, and even just tweet us at Irish Athletics. So Loretto Kilkenny taking a great victory there.
And I give you the 1 to 6 in that race too. The minor girls individual race was.
So we just log in here. So Loretto Kilkenny are minor as champions.
Was Megan Carr from Loretto Fermoy. In third was Lucy O'Keefe from St Mary's Middleton. Fourth was Anna Hill, the Ulster champion from Victoria College Belfast. Fifth from Loretto Kilkenny, and leading her team to win was Hannah O'Keefe. And in sixth place from the new post-primary was Orla Reedy. So the 1, 2, 3 individuals there. Annalie Kenna from St. Macdara's was the minor girls.
So here we go.
Second was Megan Carr from Loretto Fermoy.
See Sean Donoghue, is he making ground there in the yellow singlet as he's closing up on the early leaders? It looks like he is. He looks like he could have timed his race to perfection. Still a good bit of running still to go as they're down and sloping down towards the bottom end of the course. And again, it's another long straight, but Sean Donoghue, who I think that is the yellow singlet from St Declan's Carver, is making some big ground here, and looks like he's performing a tactical masterclass.
Sacred Heart Westport were 9th, Athlone Community College were 10th, and 11th were Strathern College.
So we're down to the back, but there's our leading trio.
Last year, 11 of the 12 expected teams all finished. So great news there in the minor girls. And
so away we go.
The minor boys
again, early leaders being swallowed up here. Will that be a sign for the day, how you have to measure your effort?
Full lap of a tartan track separating
as they go down the bottom end of the course here.
From those at the end. And remember, 4 to score.
Again, they'll be coming past the starting pens now shortly. Every race is starting at the bottom of the race course.
For the team prize,
and here they come.
Junior boys. Very unusual that a defending team school would be there, but ACBS, they're numbered from 175 from 170 to 177. There are defending champions, mainly made up of athletes who did not run last year, so great to be back. So it looks like Sean Donoghue has swooped into the lead now. Is he going to be following up Leinster glory with All Ireland glory? They got the silver medal in the minor boys. They go by the start where they all had such dreams and hopes and aspirations. And those dreams
So Sean Donoghue 2 or 3 yards ahead.
Very, very live as to what they were expecting, and many of those in the 20s and 30s feeling the same way. And we did a very dramatic finish where Annalie Kenna came from third.
He's moved into lead, but again, he's only got a yard or two here. There's still plenty to play for as they're going to have to go up this tough grind of a hill. It's going to be a sprint finish. So Sean Donoghue, he timed his effort well to close, but does he have enough left? Again, he's just edged a yard ahead, but they're going to be going up this energy sapping hill as they go around the corner, go up the hill and then swoop around the corner into the finish line.
Great visible vista of them all, the long time leader being joined. Third place can never really seem to be getting.
So what's going to happen here? Still looks like it's all to play for here. Who's going to win this GloHealth All-Ireland Schools Minor Boys Cross Country title? Even in fourth place there could come up here. He's mustering a sprint because he's going from fourth and he's swooping into third. Does Sean Donoghue have enough left in the tank? Now the kick is on. Sean Donoghue looks like he was playing possum there because now he's putting the pressure on. In the yellow and black singlet, I think that's Sean Donoghue, the Leinster Schools Cross Country champion. He's timed his effort to perfection, closed a big gap. Looked like he was dead and buried going up that hill, but he was playing possum. And here he is coming into the straight. So Sean Donoghue, it looks like he's got the insurance. Again, the injection of pace.
The crowds chase and cheer on the inside. The junior boys winner grasped his left fist as he
So Sean Donoghue crosses under the GloHealth banner.
Third place, or long time third, skipping back now to even sixth place as they pile in because the first four.
So now here they come, start filing in. It's the first four now score for each team. Now, particularly in the boys.
Team competition for 2016. They wear school singlets, some wear the club jerseys.
So here we go. The stream is coming in, looks like a me jersey there.
They have long sleeve vests, some have gloves, some haven't, and there's a
so it's just been filtered in. Oh, they're all flying in now. The stewards will have to separate them there and get them into their positions.
Now, long spread of athletes, these 120 best minor boys competitors in 2016, and we hope as they file in, we're just going to get you to again hashtag schools Irish Schools XC16. Welcoming these young men back in the years to come. Most of them first years, junior cert, transition year, and all the other great excitements of school years ahead of them.
So it does look like indeed that it is. So 236, 246.
Again, you can see.
So Sean Donoghue is the Leinster Schools champion, and he's come out the All-Ireland Schools champion. Ted Collins, the Munster Schools champion, in second, and 237. That's Colin Sweeney from Ard School Reach. So Leinster going 1 and 3 there.
Anthony White, if you get a moment, Anthony, you might come up to the finishing or to the commentary area when you get a chance, Anthony.
So just the presentation area, that's Alan O'Neill from St. Aidan's. So just settled there, having their chat. Sean Donoghue is going to be proud of that victory there. Michael Hunt.
Now for these minor
they're presenting the medals.
Their cross-country year. But the 1 to 6 are getting their medals there. Michael Hunt is the man.
So again, 1, 2, 3. On top of that podium is Sean Donoghue.
The president of the Irish schools, our photographers, our teachers, our friends.
Ted Collins from Glenstill Abbey School. And in third is Colin Sweeney from Ard School Reach.
Notice boards and Facebooks and schools. And it's all about those still competing. Remember, those athletes still finishing have already qualified from regions. From their provincials, they've come here to Sligo.
So Malcolm McCausland just saying, where else would you get a back cloth or even a backdrop like this to a cross-country bell? Ben Bulbin in the distance. Hashtag Sligo Leitrim.
Minors or juniors or inters or indeed seniors. So I applaud
getting some good results there, Zach Owen.
Their youth and their health and their fitness.
So we've got a few more follows. St. Ronan Sport. Next race on the card. At 12:30 will be the junior girls 2,500 metres. That's the underway. And you can just see in the background, look at that for a shot. It's Malcolm tweeted in. And look at the rainbow there, peering over through the dark clouds. Hopefully there's no more rain, as I get a nod of approval here beside me. So Sligo Racecourse transferring horses for humans, and we've got our Irish Schools Cross Country Championships here.
And Presentation College at nTrai. Leinster represented by Skerry's.
Got the schools fry up here. Jeremy Lyons tweeting us in. We'll view this conversation.
Munster represented by Orskol and Nation.
So Zach Irwin takes some great shots on the Athletics Ireland Twitter feed. David Gillick tweeting in. I remember my first schools XC. I should have never had the full fry up in the B&B the morning of. Hashtag struggled. Hashtag Ballybrit. And Jeremy Lyons come in. Recipe right there for the next book. Hashtag schools fry up. So keep tweeting us in. We'll get the conversation going, because it is going to be hard to follow all the races, particularly. It's easier obviously on the track to keep track. Again, our winners in the minor boys: Sean Donoghue, Ted Collins, and then third was Colin Sweeney. So away they go in the junior girls race.
Also a great interest to Katrina.
It'll be a little bit more.
Riley, wearing number 303, is a daughter.
So away they go, junior girls. In the pink will be Mount Sackville, and among those will be Katrina McKiernan's daughter, Dervla O'Reilly, who was second in the Leinster schools.
Girls race is underway. They two run 2,500 metres.
So 2,500 for this junior girls cross-country championships. From Connacht we have Sacred Heart Westport, St Nathan's Ballahadreen, Pres College Athenry. From Leinster, Skerry CC, who I think won the Leinster title as well, and they'll be looking for more of the same. Mount Sackville and Loretto Mullingar. From the Munster schools we've got Ard School Nadeisha, Public School Inverskane, and Kenmare Ursuline Waterford. From Ulster schools we've got Strathern Belfast. I saw the bus as I was walking down to the course. Down High School, Down Patrick, and Loretto Cavan. So intriguingly, Loretto Cavan have a team in here, and it looks like it is the Leinster schools champion from St Gerald's. Roisin Tracy, she led the field of Merry Dance in the Leinster schools, and it looks like she's going for more of the same. I do think that is the St Gerald's vest of Roisin Tracy, and she's just decided, you know what, I'm going to go hell for leather once more. Can they close her again? The early races have seen that they've been closed down. As we had to chase it back. Sorry, it's a different leader, because I can see Roisin Tracy there in the St Gerald's in second. She's got the long white stockings there. I think that's the St Gerard's runner, and we'll see who's in the lead there. Could be Rebecca Wallace from Wallace High School in Lisburn. I think she was our winner in the Ulster Junior Girls race, and she's going to be setting a hot pace here as Roisin Tracy from St Gerard's.
381 from Rebecca Wallace from Wallace High School, Lisburn. Actually, so there's an unusual one. Rebecca Wallace from Wallace.
So away they go again. No hanging around in schools races.
Pat Hogan, the
tactics,
Mulcair, will be
respect, rivalries, there is none. They just go out hard and at it. And it looks like Roisin Tracy now is closing this gap. She won the Leinster schools. She's chasing, it looks like, the Ulster schools champion, Rebecca Wallace.
Really spread out in this 2,500 metre lap.
So there's no hanging around here, already stretched well out, and 2,500 metres of running. So there's going to be plenty of chopping and change, and I think some of these girls are going to find out and pay a heavy price later on in the race. There is an extra 500 metres, I think, of distance in the All-Ireland. They've gone up another 500 metres, so it's that extra bit of distance. You can see just Dervla O'Reilly just out of shot. She might come back in. That's Katrina McKiernan's daughter, the long, languid figure in the red hair and the pink singlet of Mount Sackville. She could be coming through here for a strong race, and some of the other runners back with her might be coming through, but for the moment it's Rebecca Wallace from Wallace High School in Lisburn. Roisin Tracy leading the charge in second. There's some energy sapping hills here that are going to take their toll. In the Leinsters, it was a flat enough course. Connacht Schools again was generally relatively flat.
Representing Mount
Munster
Maxwell, I
schools,
mentioned
couple
there,
of
303,
hills as well. I wasn't up at the
O'Reilly.
Ulster schools, but in
And
general,
Katrina
this
McKiernan
looks
in
like
the
it's a
lead
much
side,
more
one who
testing
knows
course
a
than
lot
the other
about
race,
cross-country.
than the other races.
European cross-country
Because in
champion,
Malus
world
playing
cross-country
fields,
silver
Malcolm
medalist
McCausland might
4
tweet in
times.
and correct me
Winner of the Boston
on the
Marathon,
Ulster
London
schools.
Marathon,
But just keep tweeting us in.
Berlin and
If
London.
you can
But
spot something that we
definitely
don't
London
spot,
Marathon, and Katrina's here as one of the guests of the Irish schools.
let us know.
This is one brave
This is a
run by
classy
the
run
ladies.
so far,
You see
tough
40,
run.
50 metres up as they head out.
Rebecca
Final
Wallace.
2,000 metres of running. We keep
So
the
they've
close eye on
2,000
her.
metres of running left.
O'Reilly down
And
in
Derval
there.
O'Reilly's moving up nicely. Roisin Tracy leading that bunch, so there's a lot to play for in that bunch there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them in contention there. And Rebecca Wallace is really churning it out. She's a lovely stride, lovely rhythm. But they're all knocking in here together. As we see some of the aficionados there out on the course cheering them on. So here they go, all to play for here. 2,000 metres, under 2,000 now as they loop around. And now they're going, as we're looking out on the stand of the race course here, now they're going to take, they're hanging a left turn and then down the course.
So we have second and third from last year's minors.
So again, you can see it's a handy singlet to see the light pink vest of Derval O'Reilly on the left hand side. She's hanging on to that group. I can see a Loretto Mullingar singlet there. You can see Roisin Tracy still leading that group. But looks like one runner has peeled off the front there, and indeed of that peloton. Or she's just hanging to the right of them. And they're chasing Rebecca Wallace as they go down the hill.
The first of our centenary year.
So they're looping around now. It's going to be a big loop.
In 1970, Eddie Leddy, who I mentioned winning 2 titles in 1968.
So,
Eddie Leddy won the senior
some stars here watching.
brother
Got Sonia O'Sullivan, Katrina McKiernan, and a few other guests. Liam Moggan is doing the commentary on the grandstand here over the tannoy. So again, looks like a good 50-metre lead or so. International schools placings up for grabs.
Head out into the distance. And our brave front learners
Out into the distance, says Liam Moggan. So
maybe 50 metres over at this stage.
again, looks like Rebecca Wallace well clear. Can the chasing pack
Good enough, let them follow, and off she goes.
make some ground?
2 occasions the coaches say you should lead if you're the best in the race and if you're going for a time. Time seldom matters in a championship time.
So what's going to happen now? This GloHealth All-Ireland Schools Cross-Country Championships in the centenary year of the All-Ireland Schools, of the Irish Schools Athletics Association.
It's a really, really great
It's cold.
by
It's a little bit bitter. This is what you expect from some tough cross-country conditions. Ground seems to be relatively firm. You can just see some of the other younger runners beside me. So they're specked in some mud, but not overly so. Again, obviously the race course is going to cut up throughout the day. But Rebecca Wallace, are they closing this gap now? It looks like they are closing this gap. It's the same kind of formula. It's the same kind of spectacle that we've seen throughout the day. The early leaders are being caught. If you can pace your race correctly today, I think there's a lot at stake. All Ireland schools, a bit of nerves. The standard is higher. Others can slipstream, particularly in these difficult weather conditions. Leading is going to be a challenge because it's really energy sapping. You're going to have to be so much fitter than the rest to be able to pull away. Now she's still holding that gap. It's down to 15, maybe 20 metres. As I look down over the stand, Rebecca Wallace, if we can get a little bit of zoom, it looks like Derval O'Reilly now is making a move. She's gone into second place and she's motoring.
Doing extremely well.
So in second place, Derval O'Reilly, that's Katrina McKiernan's daughter, is here looking to follow in her footsteps. She's a nice second here. She does plenty of hill running over in the Phoenix Park on the Magazine Fort that Eamon Coughlin knows so well. As he said, they don't look tough, but they'll rip the guts out of you. Talking about the Munich Hills in the Phoenix Park. But again, sorry, we can just see Derval O'Reilly is in third actually, sorry, and Rebecca Wallace is well clear in first.
This is a very different run than we've seen throughout the day. This is cross
So disregard some of that. I was just looking at the wrong runner, but Rebecca Wallace is really turning the screw here.
Pink from Mount Sackville has come into a clear third at this point. But this has been a really,
so Rebecca Wallace
run by the young girl who really from the point of the start has been up front.
I believe that is Rebecca Wallace there. She's looking at her just gliding up. What an athlete. Nice flow and stride.
Schools, junior girls, get out there in front, make a commitment, show what you're all about. Some of our great competitors would really love this. And it's been streamed live all over.
So here we go.
Kelly is bringing you the information. And this is a wonderful sight for anybody.
Churning up this hill. She's really producing a masterclass here. Again, the bronze medal is well up for grabs. Derval O'Reilly looks like she's getting swallowed up by the chasing pack. Roisin Tracy from St. Gerard's has sprinted out of the pack and into third place. Can she catch up even for second? But here comes.
Unchallenged from the start.
It's like Rebecca Wallace. So we'll try and focus in if we can zoom in on the number.
This has been a wonderful run. The finish of the junior girls, 2,500 metres.
Here we go.
Looking assured, looking confident, a lovely arm action.
Flying into the finish here.
The hair tied back for the day. That deserves a great, great signal.
No, it's not Rebecca Wallace at all. It's two.
Second and third pouring in here. Looking very good. First and third from the same school. Looking very
looks like
strong.
Saoirse O'Brien from Sacred Heart Westport. So
Belfast, remember,
wrong name throughout that race.
So
trying to make them out.
Coming through there, I think it is.
As you mentioned, looks like Derval O'Reilly just coming in now.
And the junior girls finishers come piling in.
Tough day. So it looks like Saoirse O'Brien from Sacred Heart Westport providing a welcome home provincial win here. And Sligo, the Connacht Schools champion. Looks like she's now the All-Ireland Schools champion.
A teacher from Sacred Heart Westport is asked to go into the first aid ambulance. A teacher from Sacred Heart Westport.
So it looks like Roisin Tracy got up for the bronze. And we'll see who's in silver there. But what a run there from Saoirse O'Brien, Sacred Heart Westport.
Finishing gantry there. Some stewards may be needed, some hot air may be needed, I'm not too sure.
Some hugs all around.
But a teacher from Sacred Heart Westport asked to go to the ambulance at the finishing, at the starting area.
So a few of the runners, okay, they've got their top six there. We'll kind of get a zoom in and I'll define here now from our program. So 275, that is Saoirse O'Brien. I was calling her Rebecca Wallace throughout the day. That's a serious slap on the wrist. In second was Rebecca Wallace, who stormed through from the chasing pack for second. That was the Ulster Schools champion. And the Leinster champion there, Roisin Tracy, number 360 there from St. Gerard's in Bray. She came up for the bronze. Really came out of the pack. But what a run by Saoirse O'Brien from Sacred Heart Westport. Fantastic run.
The winner was Sean Donoghue from St. Declan's Cabra. Second was Ted Collins from Glenstall Abbey School. Third was Colin Sweeney from Orskell Reach in Dublin. Well done, Colin Sweeney. Fourth was Matthew Smith from Methodist College Belfast.
So the handshakes all around.
Ryle from Rice College Westport.
We'll just pick out a few of those, more of those numbers. Number 305.
Sixth was Shawnee Dalton from Malahide.
That's Caoimhe O'Brien from Loretto. Mullingar was in fourth. 311. That's Lucy Holmes from Art School in Asia. And number 382. That's Katie Agnew from Ballymena Academy. So what a run from Saoirse O'Brien. Top of the pile, GloHealth All-Ireland Schools Junior Girls 2,500 metre champion. In second, Rebecca Wallace. You can see Zach Irwin there in the NB bag. He's flat out in the Twitter there for us and on the feed and on the Facebook, Athletics Ireland and Irish Schools Facebook. So there is our top six. Saoirse O'Brien, Rebecca Wallace, Roisin Tracy.
Third place with 147 points. We're St. Michael's and
then from fourth, from Loretto Mullingar is Caoimhe O'Brien. Art School in Asia's Lucy Holmes. And 382 Katie Agnew.
A very resounding 66 points. The first Connacht winners of our day. Hail the team from Rice College Westport.
A big win in the minor boys team. The minor boys team champion, Rice College Westport.
Minor boys champion.
They're the minor boys champion.
66 points.
with fantastic 66 points, as Liam Moggan says, over the tannoy here. So you can see a little bit of cold there. Saoirse O'Brien not quite sure what to do with the hands. Put them behind their back as they're getting the pictures.
The Flamenco Kitchen, and Paula and Cyril are there with peri and ketchup and hot.
So there they are. Top 6 in the junior girls: Saoirse O'Brien, Rebecca Wallace, Roisin Tracy.
And warm the cockles of your heart in there. Ava Richardson has been getting the peri sauce ready all day. As our final finisher in the junior girls goes through. So round of applause for all our competitors in the junior girls 2,500 metre race.
So keep tweeting us in there, hashtag Irish Schools XC16 on the centenary year. Even if it is to send me in what more than likely will be corrections, as we're trying to use X-ray vision to pick them out from afar. There's our top 3. Sportsfile will be taking the snaps there. That's Saoirse O'Brien from Sacred Heart Westport, Rebecca Wallace from Wallace High School, and Roisin Tracy from St. Gerard's Bray.
Next up, this race is due to start at 12:50. It's about 6 minutes time. It's a little bit of.
So 6 minutes until the next race.
It's the junior boys race. Now they compete over 3,500 metres. That's 2 big laps, so they don't go in the infield at all. And the 12 competing teams are.
GloHealth. My cover, my way. It doesn't cost much to feel amazing. A pair of running shoes and a bit of determination is all you need. Running increases your confidence, giving you greater control of your life. Tailored health insurance from GloHealth means you can choose the cover that suits you, your lifestyle, and your budget. Get real value, real control, and feel amazing. GloHealth. My cover, my way.
Ulster are represented by St. Coleman's Newry, St. Michael's Enniskillen, who medalled in the minor boys, and St. Malachy's Belfast, who also had a team running in the minor boys. St. Coleman's Belfast have won 7 titles in the last 10 years. So one of the most successful schools of recent years in schools cross country. St. Coleman's Newry, they won the Ulster title this year.
So we're waiting here for the junior boys cross country.
4th last year, and he wears number 472, and all their athletes are wearing numbers 472 to 479. They won 7 titles in the last 10 years. Connacht Championships was won by Thomas Devaney from St. Gerard's Castlebar. The Munster champion is Chris O'Reilly from Douglas Community School. The Leinster champion is Louis O'Loughlin from Moyle Park College in Dublin. And that remains the Ulster champion is Conor Doherty. He's from St. Coleman's in Newry.
So the lowdown in this junior boys cross country, stepping up in distance now to 3,500 metres.
And Chris O'Reilly are running as individuals.
3,500 metres. Qualifiers here: Rice College Westport, Seamount College Kinvara, Presentation College Athenry. In Leinster, Colossia Mullingar, Belvedere College, Nace CBS. In Munster, St. Augustine's Dungarvan CBS, and Charleville CBS. Ulster, we have St. Coleman's Newry. I think they're led by their champion, Conor Doherty, the Ulster individual champion. St. Michael's Enniskillen, and St. Malachy's Belfast, as we've mentioned before. No, they're not. No. They might be down there somewhere. We're not. Yeah, well, we're not the stewards, so. So waiting the off here. It really is biting a cold, as the lads are looking at me and smiling and nodding in agreement. If you're watching the stream, you're very lucky, because there's a lone man in the field. He's outstanding in his own field. And yellow runners clad in his blue jacket, black pants. It's better to be running around supporting today if you're here at the Sligo racecourse, because it is, as they say in Dublin, a bit tough. So we're awaiting the off here in this junior boys 3,500.
Junior boys race due to start at 12:50.
Thomas Devaney, he was our individual winner in Connacht, and he's an individual qualifier from St Gerald's and Castlebar, as is one of the favourites, Lewis O'Loughlin from Moyle Park College. He also runs for Denore Harriers there in Dublin and Chapelizod, and he's been pretty impressive at national schools and national interclubs competition. Cormac Canning was second in that race, and he's an individual qualifier as well from St Mary's Drogheda, as was the top three in Leinster, in fact, as I read it here. And remember Shane Fleming from St Joseph's Rochford Bridge. So a couple of names that I saw, and they were being tweeted good luck as well, and some good runners. I can see in the Munster Jake Baggett from Art School in Namara, Tramore, Finn Looney from St Anne's CC in Killaloe. See Ben Deasy from St Flannan's Ennis, an individual qualifier. Again, Callum McCabe, Our Ladies of St Pat's Knock, amongst the Ulster individual qualifiers, as is Matthew Clayton. So we're just going through here. We're going to try and just take a few pictures of some individual results as well.
Won all three 1500 metres, junior, inter.
Got a text in from Robert Denmead, did I bring my binoculars? And I didn't, I wish I did.
Garrett Turnbull won a schools international.
So we're going to take a few pictures of the results, and we can see if we can upload them online. So proud of my sister. 6 in All Ireland schools at Irish Athletics. Hashtag Irish Schools XC16. That comes in from Jake Reedy.
Very, very welcome.
So tweet us in the names as well as we're filtering through results. We're kind of a one-man show here, and we're going to try and take a few pictures of some of the results as well and keep you posted. As long as the page doesn't blow. So waiting for the off here. Junior boys 3,500 metres, due off at 12:50, and as they love in schools, it goes right on the beat of the bang. Now on my blue Casio watch it's 12:52, but that mightn't be wholly accurate with GMT. It's 12:51 as well, so tut a minute late, but here goes the B of the bang. We won't crib over a minute. So here they are, fast and furious start. 3,500 metres.
500 metres, the longest race so far. They'll have 2 big laps to cover.
So away they go.
They have been running before. The top 50
in Sligo Racecourse
of the minor
2016.
race last year are all here, incidentally. Louis O'Loughlin won the minor race. He's from Moyle Park. Jake Bagg from Tramore. I hope Anne Hennebury might be here and support.
So you'll see just on your inside there, hugging the rail, is Lewis O'Loughlin from Moyle Park. He's going to be wearing his famous skull cap beanie hat. So you'll see skull and crossbones on that beanie hat. He started running in the minor boys level and was found. He just ran in full tracksuit and still led the field of Merry Dance. Now he's a little bit less clothing, but looks like he's well dressed for this type of weather. He's got his long black sleeved top with his black gloves, and then if you can zoom in there a little bit, we can see that famous skull cap beanie hat. So you can see there the white skulls on his black beanie there. That's Lewis O'Loughlin from Moyle Park and Denore Harriers. Kind of an apt sign there that we passed the Irish stallion. Well, he is a stallion here leading the field, and he is away. We'll just try and get a pan out now. So Lewis O'Loughlin 3,000. There's our chasing pack there now. And we can see there's our Munster Schools champion from Douglas. He's a diminutive figure in the fluorescent yellow there. We'll get you his name. That's Chris O'Reilly from Douglas Community College, and he's another nice fella to spot out. particularly in races like this, the brighter and different gear, the better we can spot them out. But in the lead from Moyle Park College now is Lewis O'Loughlin, the Leinster Schools champion, the Munster Schools champion. He'll come back in the shot. He's just in the mid-pack there. He's in all fluorescent yellow. Now in the yellow vest with the blue stripe there, that's Cormac Canning from St Mary's in Drogheda. And as you can tell from my voice, of course, there's a slight Leinster bias. I've seen a few more of them running, so I can pick them out. But we'll try and pick out some more of the other runners as well. But Chris O'Reilly there from Douglas down in Cork. He's coached by Stephen Macklin.
They're well underway.
So he'll be looking to make his mark. But
Lewis
Lewis O'Loughlin, he's got over 800, 1500 on the track. He's not waiting around here. But again, he'll be looking to follow in Saoirse O'Brien's front running tactics. The early races in the minors, won by Amy Kenna, and Sean Donoghue was from a little bit more better tactics, which led to their success. Amy Kenna was our victor in the minor girls from St Macdowers. Megan Carr was in second. Megan Carr from Loreto Fermoy and Lucy O'Keefe. Lucy O'Keefe from St Mary's Middleton in third. So that was the top three in the minor girls. And Amy Kenna, Megan Carr and Lucy O'Keefe. And Loreto Kilkenny were the winners of the team title there.
All the top 10 finishers from the minor. And that might be a nice little boost for those who finished in the minor this year. The step to next year is all the better.
So, just trying to play with the wind here. So we can see there now in shot down the back end of the course now as they come down the bottom of the course. You can see lovely flowing stride there, even from such a distance in the fluorescent yellow. That's Chris O'Reilly, the Munster Schools champion, just tagging on now to Lewis O'Loughlin, who can be quite a colourful and charismatic figure himself. He pulled the old Usain Bolt lightning pose celebration.
41,000 metres of competitive cross-country running today, 1,500 competitors. It's a wonderful stage, it's a wonderful setting here. They're very generous.
So Lewis O'Loughlin in the lead here from Chris O'Reilly, and then we have our chasing pack there in the middle of that chasing pack. From this distance I can see the yellow of St Mary's Drogheda. That's Cormac Canning, and he's gone out of shot.
I think he's from Sligo up here. Tommy Craddock, nearly a one-man band, but you know there's no such
again,
thing
great
as a
credit
one-man band.
goes to the Connacht Schools for hosting this event. In particular, Tommy Craddock has been doing huge work. Great programme. You can see there's a bit of water. Is it that they're crossing? Don't know, is it on the course or just off it? There we go, one of the girls still in singlet and shorts. Still heating up. So Lewis O'Loughlin has a yard or two over Chris O'Reilly, but there's Chris O'Reilly just closing that gap again. So it looks like there's going to be a bit of cat and mouse here between the Leinster and Munster champion, and they've got 15 to 20 yards on the chasing pack as they pass the ambulance. So Lewis O'Loughlin in the black shorts, black socks, black long sleeve top, and the blue vest of Moyle Park, and then his black hat with his skull on it. And Chris O'Reilly is hanging on gamely there in his fluorescent yellow Douglas Community School singlet and shorts.
Seventh place, a great run, was Dermot O'Reilly from Mount Sackville in Dublin. Dermot O'Reilly is the daughter of Katrina McKiernan. So Dermot, I hope you're happy with that run. A terrific run in seventh place. Bring up the top 10. In eighth was Maeve Gallagher from St. Joseph's in Castlebar.
So climbing up this hill here, it's going to be quite a testing one. And as they're going to loop around, still O'Loughlin to O'Reilly. Look at trying to get a few people up, and we'll try and have a chat with them as well as we stream throughout the day in this centenary year of the Irish Schools Association. So Lewis O'Loughlin, as we can see, a clearer view as they run in front of the grandstand. He's stretching out to around 10 metres again. He's definitely looking like the strongest runner. Just see, does he have enough in the tank? Chris O'Reilly, just lovely running style from O'Reilly there in second. Just a more powerful stride from O'Loughlin in first. And then we've got our band. I can see St. Joseph's, Rochford Bridge there in the blue and the white, light blue and the white, that's Shane Fleming. He's in there as well. I think we might have a St. Augustine stuff in there.
Place in the junior girls with 76 points. And the winner of the junior girls.
So winner of the junior girls just being announced over the tannoy.
2016 with 70 points. Skerries.
So Skerries win the team in the junior girls. They won the Leinster schools. And Loretto Mullingar from third. So Mount Sackville just outside and fourth of the medals. So Ardscoil and Asia, the Munster schools champions, they were second, and Loretto Mullingar got up for third. So a 1 and 3 for the teams. So it's lovely and bright here on the camera screen, but if you're here race side on the course, it's cold. It's biting wind really. So Lewis O'Loughlin there, as you can see, he's decided to stop hanging around now. He was leading, but now he's really leading. He's stretching it out, looks good 25. Well, even more, I'd say close to 50 metres stretching now. O'Loughlin really the class of this field. He was the class in Leinster, and he has been the class nationally for Moyle Park College and also for his club, Denore Harriers, there in Chapel Lizard. So really underlining his class now, over 3,500 metres. There's no stopping O'Loughlin, and he looks like he's just stretching it out and stretching it out. Again, does Chris O'Reilly now have enough in the tank? He's a small, diminutive figure. This crosswind is going to cut it out of him. Can the chasing pack close in on him? But for now, it's Lewis O'Loughlin striding out. And it looks like he's home and hose. He's gone for the day. He's not coming back. There's no stopping O'Loughlin. He's just stretching it out, stretching it out.
Louis O'Loughlin from Moyle Park, I think he's our Leinster champion or defending minor champion, while he's way out there and someone is striving to become the junior champion.
He was the minor champion, so he's away on his own.
And then went on to win titles in major internationals like Olympics and Worlds and Europeans. Fanula Britton won the European cross country twice. Niall Bruton won the World University.
Liam Morgan just calling out some of the champions, former champions who went on to be great runners. Niall Bruton among them. He's a former schools champion. Great runner for Arkansas and Ireland. Won the World Universities 1500. Made a world final as well, I think in 97 in Athens.
Ronnie Delaney won the Olympic gold medal in the 15. Rob Heffernan became World 50k walks champion.
So plenty still going on as we look and see what is happening. We might pan back. We might pan back off Lewis and just go back towards maybe a bit more of the mid-pack runners and even just the top 10. They're fighting for international schools honours and also running for their school teams here. Lewis is running for Moyle Park as an individual. Chris O'Reilly, you can see just in the left of the shot there. And Liam Morgan has aptly said Lewis O'Loughlin is on a different race course. He's on a different level here to the other runners. It's unbelievable running here.
But look at the distance of this young man. I hope it is him, Louis O'Loughlin from Moyle Park. He won the minor race in Clongowes.
This is a master class from Lewis O'Loughlin. Junior boys, he'd probably be well up with the intermediate boys at this rate. So it's a top end performance. So is he coming around here and into the finish? So Lewis O'Loughlin indeed is coming around into the finish. Wasn't sure if he had another lap, but he's been sent around. Here comes Lewis O'Loughlin. Will there be a more impressive winner throughout the day? Lewis O'Loughlin is coming home. He's getting a round of applause now. Will he give us the Usain Bolt lightning post celebration? The fingers are up. There's the fist pump. Lewis O'Loughlin with the famous beanie cap, as I said, with the skulls on it. Chris O'Reilly has had a brave run there. And will he hang on for second place? Michael Troy is in third, is catching him. Chris O'Reilly's getting caught by his Munster rival. Does O'Reilly have anything left in the tank? He's holding off. No, he's not. Looks like Michael Choi. Michael Choi, St. Augustine's and Garvin second. Chris O'Reilly in third. Cormac Canning coming up for fourth. St. Joseph's Rochford Bridge in fifth. As they're all flowing in. Oh, and they're fighting there. Who's going to get what spot there? So that was an exciting finish for the minor placings. And from St. Joseph's Rochford Bridge again, that was Shane Fleming. But what a run from Lewis O'Loughlin. That was pure class. Pardon the pun. But Lewis O'Loughlin in first. Chris O'Reilly just ran out towards the end after a brave run. The silky smooth runner. I think he was passed by Michael Choi in the end from St. Augustine's Dungarvan in third. So what a run. In second was Michael Choi from St. Augustine's Dungarvan.
Junior boys, inter boys and girls that are eligible to compete in the Schools International in a fortnight. They'll be notified tomorrow.
So in a fortnight's time, the International Schools Cross Country Championships take place in Falkirk in Scotland. And for all those eligible in the age groups, once they're the right age, the top 8 runners will go to their international schools. As I see, we have on the podium there, but we have more of them streaming in. I see Colossia, Weir, Mullingar, Belvedere coming in. St. Augustine's and Garvin. I think in the white there is Rice College, Westport. Belvedere there in the black and white. So here they are.
We can't see the Garryvogue River, it's just behind the trees.
And we might have a look again at the backdrop there of Ben Bulbin, just to kind of give us our look as the medals are being presented. So third place has been given to Chris O'Reilly, second place to Michael Choi from St. Augustine's Dungarvan, and top of the pile, Lewis O'Loughlin. Are we going to get a better winner throughout the day? Kevin Mulcair might say he will be. He was impressive with a head over heels celebration. We'll see, will he be looking for such flamboyant celebrations. But the top 6 there, the Cormac Canning in fourth. Then we had St. Joseph's Rochford Bridge, Shane Fleming in fifth. And if we can zoom in, yeah, we can. In sixth, number 535. That was Andrew Gordon from Coleraine Grammar School. And up for an individual placing. So Lewis Loughlin on top of the pile there. They look like they're giving their best smiles that they can. The Cheshire Cat there, Lewis O'Loughlin, beaming with a smile from ear to ear.
Boys race, very, very impressive winner. I think it was Louis O'Loughlin from Moyle Park College. Strong, impressive.
So there's the top 3 with Michael Hunt and Kieran O'Cahan. Professor Kieran O'Cahan, the president of Athletics Ireland.
George Barkley, the International School Secretary, will be busy getting details of the top 8 finishers, as some of our finishers still come in. The junior boys, they're still competitive right to the end.
So more runners still streaming in as the medals are being presented. It's tough going. Oh, Robert Denmead there. I'm recuperating after knee surgery, I think he said. Well done, Saoirse O'Brien, doing Westport proud with a gold medal. And there's Robert again. I'm recuperating after a knee operation, so great to see the live stream from the Irish Schools Cross Country. Catherine just giving us the hashtag. That's good, we'll take a hashtag, but give us a bit more. How are you feeling? What are you thinking? What's going on at home? Let us know. You can send us in some selfies. Show us where you're watching the live stream. Are you watching some other football or another show? You've got the stream on as well. Who are you looking forward to coming up in the upcoming races? Next up is the intermediate girls. They're on at 13:40, so we might be having a break. We might have a universities cross-country race. We'll just check the programme, because we do have our Irish universities cross-country races, and I think it's interspersed as we look through. Keep in touch. What are your mud memories your cross-country memories
Wonderful day.
from going,
Some
watching,
are
supporting,
junior
even if you're
boys
here
who
and
finish.
somehow are watching
Well
the stream.
done to them to
So
finish.
next up
It's a very, very tough course. And great to
at
see them
1:15
being
in 7 minutes time is the
you
University's
looking for
women's
at least
5,000
track.
metre race. After that,
Really
as you can
drawn
see
to
on your
those
screen,
as
the
someone who
intermediate
finished
girls at
last
1:40,
universities cross-country
the
many
intermediate
years ago, and I
boys
look forward
at
to
2
seeing
o'clock, senior girls
University's
2:25,
race
and
now
the senior
later on.
boys at 2:40.
I can become attracted very much to those.
It doesn't cost much to feel amazing. A pair of running shoes and a bit of determination is all you need. Running increases your confidence, giving you greater control of your life. Tailored health insurance from GloHealth means you can choose the cover that suits you, your lifestyle, and your budget. Get real value, real control, and feel amazing. GloHealth. My cover, my way.
The easy thing would have been to finish. Dermot McDermott, I want you to give him a very special applause. Will you put your hands together for the man who really struggled on this last lap? It was very easy to stop, but all the way he went. He's finishing for his school. Well done, young man. Let's keep all the way to the finish. He wasn't brought here to start, he was brought here to finish, and he's done really, really well. Passing by Zach Irwin. Zach Irwin wouldn't know what 2,000 metres was if he jumped up and bit him. So our next lineup, well, they're an
So,
older set. I
feels
can
like
say
it's
that.
starting to get even
Many
colder
of
now.
them would have competed down the years at schools.
We're getting wrapped up.
And many
If
of
you're
them
in the
would
warmth
have-
there,
many of
tweet
them
us in your
have
picture.
taken
Show us your nice warm
sports
fire.
lessons
Make
when
us
they went to
jealous.
university.
Centenary year here of the Irish Schools Athletics Association for the GloHealth All-Ireland Schools Cross Country Championships here in Sligo Racecourse. It's brilliant looking at it on our screen, but and look at that backdrop there with Ben Bulbin, but we are freezing here. There's no point in denying that we are bitterly cold.
Donny Walsh was their coach. Now Donny has won 2 All-Ireland Schools titles, 6 national 10k champions, numerous cross-country, inter-county and inter-club, competed in the Olympic Games, and I've seldom seen Donny
John
Walsh
T. Glover under bare Ben Bulbin's head on Sligo Racecourse. Reputations are made, in brackets with apologies. Hellhop, best of luck to Amy Rose Farrell in Irish Schools XC16. Go team, hashtag Team Amy Rose at Irish Athletics. Amy Rose Farrell second to her club mate from Holy Child Killiney, Sarah Healy and the Leinsters. They're both members of Blackrock AC as well. As we see, good luck to Jake McCarthy. Stand well, filled up, bringing the support. We'll scroll through a few more. Malcolm Cousin, well done to Rebecca Wallace, who adds national silver medal to the Ulster Junior Girls title. And he's a picture of her striding out in the Ulster schools. The Lust for Life was already on this morning as well. That was a 5k and 10k. Any more tweets, any more school stories? David Gillick was tweeting us in, telling us about his first All-Ireland cross-country experience and the mistake of having a big fry-up before the race and paying the proverbial price. As they're just gathering down there for the universities, they're interspersing the schools program with the university races. And this is the university's women's 5,000 metres, as you can see, lovely on your screen. Enda Fitzpatrick will be floating around in earnest, the DCU head coach, and also his daughter is running in the senior girls race in the schools. Emer Fitzpatrick from Our Ladies, Terranure.
Minor boys, junior girls and junior boys, please make your way to the presentation area. Thank you very much.
So here we go. 5,000 metres. Waiting. Waiting for the off now for this University Women's 5,000 metres. You can see some Closhaware Mullingar lads still in their singlet and shorts. They'll be fairly Baltic at this stage. They'll be still happy with their performance, but they'll be wrapping up. There's people getting their coffees. The multiple Irish School Sprints champion. He's on our Twitter and Facebook feed for Athletics Ireland today, so it's keeping it going. So check out the Facebooks. Keep tweeting us in. Hashtag
his team of his son, Ronan Hart, Terry Hayes, Hilary Collins, and Pat Toohey. We have a long singular line. Many of our
Isabel Karen.
there.
She's happy out. Scary's Girls are national champs. She's loving it.
I was sharing last place with a guy
Isabel,
before we finished with me.
pupil of
He came 50 metres to the finish. He
Scary's,
made it.
senior girls.
Ceremonies last place.
So Malcolm McCausland has aptly tweeted us in, and he's got the question mark here. Inter girls, will this be the race of the day? It's going to be after this University Women's 5,000, and they're ready for the off. But again, as he's listed them, Nelson, Heaney, Hegney from Ulster, Farrell and Healy from Leinster, Muldowney, Rafter from Munster, and O'Brien and Connacht. So it really is going to be a cracker, that intermediate girls. But for now, we're watching the University 5,000 metres. So nobody's threatening to run to the fore like Lewis O'Loughlin just yet in this University Women's 5,000 metre race.
So again, for those athletes who may not have been happy with their performances today, there are other days.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7 abreast there. You can see a yellow vest of UCD in the mix there. I think I can see Sarah Fitzpatrick. She's in green spikes, white vest of Trinity, and the black shorts and the long black stockings. She's 2 back, hugging the white rail there. Sarah Fitzpatrick, that's also Enda Fitzpatrick's other daughter in the mix here as they loop around in front of the grandstand. Just want to stay on just on the course. Looks like that could be. Is that Michelle Finn leading there? So our steeplechase Olympian, so a nice little field up the front here. Michelle Finn just leading from Shauna Heaslip. In third, not sure if that's UCD's Laura Shaughnessy. Amy O'Donoghue, who's a 1500 metre national medalist, she's just in 5th place from University of Limerick. She's got the blonde hair and the headband on. It's like Laura Shaughnessy in 2nd. So in 1st there are Rio bound for the moment, unless there's any more qualifiers in the steeplechase. That's Michelle Finn. She was 3rd in the 3,000 metres. You can see Jessica Coyne there in the red of Cork. She's in the red singlet there, just ahead of AIT. And Sarah Fitzpatrick, Trinity, the white vest and the horizontal 2 red stripes, just hanging on to that leading pack. And see a few more spectators on the course there, angling out. So Michelle Finn should be the race favourite here, but don't rule out Shauna Heaslip, the Kerry woman who runs for Anriacht. It's been pretty impressive this cross-country season. Loretto Mullingar, P. Well done to Queeve O'Brien, second year, who came 4th in junior girls, and Loretto College Mullingar came 3rd team. So keep coming with the tweets. So Michelle Finn now has just said, you know what, I'm going for it now. So she's a good 30, 40, 50 metres in front. In the blue there is Shauna Heaslip, and in yellow is, and you can just see, just hanging just behind the yellow, that's Amy O'Donoghue from the University of Limerick, just hanging on to that chasing pack for the minor medals.
But again, extremely unusual to see a qualifier for the Olympic Games competing here today. So it gives us this added interest that we might be looking at our TV.
Looks like Rachel Smith is in the top 4 there as well. Some good assistance there. So
Michelle Finn
just keep us going. If you can see on the stream as well, you can send me in messages privately or publicly on the Twitter machine.
And Amy O'Donoghue, she has won schools titles, cross country and track in the past. Should she be aiming for a lovely
So Michelle Finn
trio of cross country,
laying down a
track
marker.
and
Doesn't look like she's going to be headed. She was on the European cross country bronze medal winning team, and here's there in December, and she was also on the team in Samokov the previous year, where she was a vital scoring member of that bronze medal winning team. I think she was 21st in 2014 in Samokov. Just in from last track session. Oh, Sam, it'll come spin back around. Well done to Cormac Canning on finishing 4th place in the junior boys 2,500. That's in from Sam O'Neill. Dower just in from last track session before juveniles next weekend, and settling in to watch hashtag Irish Schools XC16. Great coverage, Monaghan Phoenix. That's Brian Pepper there. So that's our tweets for the time being. Keep them coming in. Michelle Finn, good 100 metres or so ahead. It's a biting cold as we're up in the back of the stand here watching down. And we'll look if we can get a few interviews. We might send somebody on the prowl. Might get even Ronan Duggan might come, the Belvedere College teacher. Let's see if he can give us a report. He might tell us how his Belvedere College boys did in the junior boys race. So Michelle Finn well clear. Shona Heaslip just edging away a little bit in second. Looks like Laura Shaughnessy, or is it Rachel Smith? Apologies, in 4th. Just have a look. So Michelle Smith, she's climbing up this hill and she'll be coming across into the mainstream. And I have Garrett Turnbull here and Dermot McDermott. I might sit Garrett Turnbull. Always Dermot gets a bit too excited as we're going live, but we might have a little chat with Garrett Turnbull here, former schools winner, and he's been watching the St. Malachy's.
As we've been doing from third up with 116 points.
So we're just going to go back and forth. So Belvedere College third in the junior boys. Second place as we're waiting over the tannoy, Nace CBS.
Their 8th title in 10 years with 91 points, again just below the 100 metre mark.
So we're just waiting for our winner. So St. Coleman's Newry are the junior boys winner. So Michelle Finn is leading. So Michelle Finn is leading, and just beside me here now is Garrett Turnbull, multiple schools champion, and went on to win international medals, in fact. And what do you make of it so far? You were running for St. Malachy's back in the day. How are they getting on today?
I'm going to put it out there and say that the team of the past might beat the team of today right now, but I think we've got a very young, I think our intermediate team won the Ulster schools, but they're all 1 year young, so I think Joe McAllister up at the college is doing a great job just kind of keeping them together. I think the big thing about schools, Willem, is about trying to keep guys together from a 12, 13 years age all the way through to 17, 18, and if once that team becomes a unit of friends, they'll just run together as mates. Like at Malachy's back in the day, we went off and won the Penn State relays as a team, and it was a social thing between us, and it was no coincidence then we started winning things together. It's like the Man United teams of the past or whatever. The better the sense of community and spirit is within the team, the better that the performances usually are.
So just describe, we might get a few memories you had on the school's cross-country scene, but also what was that dynamic like? I just mentioned earlier on the stream that, you know, it'll probably never be done again. You had on the track the 1500 metre winners, junior, inter and senior, and what was kind of the dynamic in the school? What way was the setup in the school, and who was the teacher, and how did it all start, and what was the kind of the training setup like?
Well, I mean, I think like most of the schools you see here today, it usually revolves around a teacher with a passion, you know, and that's the bit that no one can ever lose sight of, that the kids that are here today and the whole Irish Schools network usually comes down to passionate teachers and individuals who aren't getting paid for what they're doing, just love athletics. And with us, we had Dr. John Moran, who was a history teacher at the school, who read Peter Coe's manuals when he was growing up and literally just started to just apply the principles of that to us. Now, it probably wasn't for us that he wasn't the runner himself, which sometimes we look back on and go, if he had known what he was putting us through, maybe we wouldn't have had to run as hard. But we just involved ourselves in basically being very good pupils and getting a lot of kind of good respect off the rest of the school for what we were doing. It was cool to run, you know, and that was another big thing as well. It wasn't something that everybody looked at and went, oh, you're geeks, you know what I mean, you just don't go out. Listen, we were always told you can do 2 or 3 things. You can have a girlfriend, you can have a social life, and you can have a good study, and you can run. But you can't balance everything. So for us, it was always a case of just we were happy to run because we got good kudos off that. And as long as we kept the books in check as well, we were fine, you know. So it was just great fun. We look back, trips down to Sligo, feeling, you know, in the back of the bus playing poker, trips over to Gateshead to the international over there in the boat. It was all an adventure. And the fact that we ran while we were there, and that we managed to go to Turkey for a World Schools and medal there, and then we went to the Penn State Relays and did that, and it just took it to a whole new level. We almost didn't know what we were doing while we were doing it, so it was brilliant.
And what kind of winning? You won you were looking through the program. Your name might have been missing once or twice, but you've won, I think, 3 times the schools cross country.
3 on the track, and 4 on the track, and 2 on the country, so 6 overall. Yeah, there's a couple. I always remember we were at Coolmoynes, and the Curragh camp as a senior boy, running round and had a big lead. And I always remember the guy. We were starting the last lap, or I thought it was the last lap, and the bell was on the ground. And I had a big lead. I thought, okay, I can get round the last 2K here, and the bell stayed in the ground, and it miscounted the amount of laps. And I remember just looking back and going, I'm the only one that knows I'm in a serious amount of trouble here. There's 4K to go rather than 2K to go. How am I going to get round here? But as ever, no one else behind you knows, and you almost, as much as you can blag a cross-country event, you can. But you look at the roll of honour, Phelim, you look at, as I said, Liam Morgan's doing a great job today over the PA system, but I mean, Mark Carroll's, Dave Healy's, these are the people, Brian Conway's. Every junior here today is probably looking up at the senior boys and going, I want to be like him. And by the time they get to senior boys, hopefully the seniors we're seeing today will be at international level. You can't hide in the schools, which is brilliant. It's still a massively beneficial recruitment ground for everybody, kind of when you go to university. So the chances are the people that we're seeing winning the senior boys and senior girls today will be around on our screens in the big major championships in the next couple of years, you know, which is absolutely brilliant.
That's brilliant, Gareth. Yeah, we'll just keep having a look here at the race there. I think we're back on screen, are we, for Michelle Finn is leading there, and she's Rio bound, Gareth, for the steeplechase, and she's well home and hose here, I think. And in second place, we're just looking back now, Shauna Heaslip is in second, and then we have UCD in third. I think that could be.
Yeah, I mean, you look at a race like this here, and it's all about the gaps. I mean, no matter what level you're running at, you'll hear the coaches say the same things. You know, make sure those gaps don't get any bigger. Make sure you run a race within a race, and it's all the little battles between, you know, the top 10 into the top, back into the 20s. That's where the team gets one as well. You know, we tend to look at the front, but you know, from the school's perspective, it's where that fourth man is, where that fourth girl is. You know, everybody, when we were growing up in Malachy's, we literally had a rival. North Monastery were our big rival down in Cork, but you would know who your equivalent was on the other team, so it was kind of like a military operation. You knew where your counterpart should be in the race, and it might be your job was to finish 25th and he had to finish 26th if you were our fourth scorer, and that makes it really fun. It makes every place count. That's the beauty of schools athletics. Every place should count, and it's just wonderful to see again. They're equally as competitive in the 30s and 40s here as they would be at the front. It's just brilliant, you know.
Yeah, and you went to Loughborough, so you would have done the British Universities Cross Country Championship. So you've run for Loughborough in that, or what way was that working for you?
Yeah, well, so the Booster Cross, there would have been. I mean, I would have won that a couple of times as well, but it's. Yeah, it's a different level entirely. This Irish athletics has something that I don't even think they have in the UK. It's that real sense of warmth and just everybody's in it together. And I mean, the location I guess is gorgeous when we get a good day, you know. And you're just saying that when you drive in here and you see the vans from Cork, from Belfast, from Donegal, everybody's made this the highlight of their athletic calendar, you know. And especially in the 100th year as well, Philip, it's fantastic, you know. We just want to do something for everybody and just say this is great. The sport's still alive and kicking. You know, obviously things like this are just fantastic to be able to have a look at it, you know.
Yeah, so we're hoping as well on the 10th of April, I think we've got the Spar Great Ireland run, and we're looking at potentially getting a schools mile. What's the thought process between hopefully having a schools miles on the day in the Phoenix Park?
Well, I mean, that's it. I mean, if I put my race director hat on for the Spar Great Ireland run, it would simply be to say, you know, that we have a great event, but it's the 100th year of the schools, and we really want to make something special with regards to that. So we have an iconic sub-4 attempt every year in the park for the mile for the senior men, but we want to make it a senior boys and senior girls schools mile as well. So obviously I'll be here today, hopefully asking as many of our top athletes to turn up as well, and obviously there'll be something in it for everybody. But it's just a real celebration of across the board, from junior mini runs all the way up to senior. But the schools mile certainly this year is something I'm really looking forward to setting up.
Yeah, it's going to be brilliant. We've got Michelle Finn still away and clear. She's going down the back end of the course and down to the bottom flat end of the race course. Gareth, you're well versed as well. We'll get into that now shortly in race horses, and you might have a good observation for us just on what type of way this course is laid out for the people watching at home. Shauna Heaslip is still in second, and I think it's Rachel Smith could be in third for UCD, and in fourth is Amy O'Donoghue from UL. And next up after this as well, in terms of that schools miles, will be a great intermediate girls race, which should have a number of top athletes from all the regions, but it could be between Amy Rose Farrell and Sarah Healy. In terms of just this type of a race course, Gareth, there's lots of climbs in this course. It's a test. It looks a testing enough course from the stand.
It is. I mean, it's funny, like a lot of things, Phelan, when you're watching on TV or you're watching from afar, the gradient never seems as much, you know. So you're basically looking and going. There was a World Cross Country at Leopardstown one time, and I'd be a racing fan, and I would have told you all along that Leopardstown was a flat left-handed track, and turns out it isn't. Turns out there's a very, very large hill out down the bottom, but you don't see unless you're actually running it. And it definitely, this would be a strongman's course as we would like to think of it. You know, it's very, very tough ground on a race course, big thick grass. Certainly wouldn't be a Dungarvan, a kind of flat track specialist. So if you were doing a form guide for this, you'd probably be looking for an athlete that certainly can cope with the distance rather than be a speedy individual. You know, but what would I know? I'm a terrible gambler. Terrible at gambling, I should say. Point that out.
Well, you're still here. You've still got your jacket on. We're keeping warm. I don't know, did you see the junior boys race there? Lewis O'Loughlin, I mean, that was going to be as one of an impressive run as you're going to see.
Exactly, and I mean, isn't that one that you can say, you know, it happens all the time. You know, I'm sure that's what they said about a Brian Conway back in the day, or a Dave Healy, or a Mark Carroll. Did you see him win the junior boys race? You know, you come away from these races and you'll see the best athlete might have won the senior boys, but it's what you've looked at below it. You know what I mean? Even the guys that are finishing fourth or fifth, who might look like athletes. You know, the guys that are just doing this twice a week, who are still featuring in a schools race. It's such a good barometer, and a bit like in America, the NCAA cross. If you can be in the top 10 in Irish schools, you can't fluke it. You know, there's no fluke here. It's always a high standard year on year, and those champions always emerge to be medalists at a junior level on the track, and then onwards to senior career.
And it's funny in terms of just kind of like you'd mentioned there, one or two guys training twice a week. You'll hear all the legends of stories that they might have been out doing extracurricular activities, or else they might be training 17 times a week or whatever. What way would that have influenced your training? Did you ever think, oh geez, I wonder what he's doing, or else? Was there any of that type of thing? I heard he does no training. Just that type of talk between, like you say, because you'd see them at national events and different things, so you don't really know what they're doing. Would you be trying to suss out what they're doing?
I think definitely these days for the kids growing up, it must be a lot harder, because like even my generation at 35 now, so this was kind of in the late 90s, social media wasn't what it was. You weren't looking at workouts on Flow Track and 8 Lane and whatever and saying, God, he's just done that. It wasn't the same. So the first time you probably met someone in the flesh was at a race, or you know, you weren't on a website looking at what they're doing or swapping ideas. So it's a lot more. There's a lot more going on in people's heads, I think, these days when they turn up, because, oh, that's the great person I saw do this and did that, you know. I think they're coming in now.
Yeah, they're coming in now. You spotted me just in time. So Michelle Finn is our university's 5,000 metre champion. She was running indoors. She was third in the 3,000 at the GloHealth National Indoor Championships, behind Sarah Tracy and Kerry O'Flaherty, who won that race. And in second place is Shauna Heaslip coming in second. And we should have our third runner. I just want to make sure. I think it's Rachel Smith. I'll just have a look here. Just the camera angle has changed. I'll just have a stand up and I'll have a look. So they still have a bit to come in. In third place, I think that is Laura Shaughnessy. So we do have it going here. So Rachel Smith is in fifth. Robert Denby just let me know. So it's Laura Shaughnessy is coming in here in third place for UCD. The Galway girl, some Lochray there. And Amy O'Donoghue, who was third in the national 1,500 metres, is coming through in fourth. And Rachel Smith from DCU is coming through in fifth.
Amy O'Donoghue pulled herself together, imagining it's back on
So a strong enough top 5 here. They've all competed at international level, either junior, under 23, and indeed senior. So Michelle Finn in first, Shona Heaslip in second, Laura Shaughnessy third, Amy O'Donoghue fourth, and then for Maynooth is Rachel Smith, and sixth is Jessica Coyne. And then we have another queue of runners coming in. Got a DCU runner coming in there. So Gareth, you never would have run in the Irish University Championships. Obviously it's a tiny bit lower key than the British universities, but what type of place did cross country play in terms of, just for the runners? You might just give people a bit more of a background then again in terms of your success going onto the track, and you also won the there used to be the 4K race on the BBC, and I think you won it 3 times in a row. Just give us a little bit of a background on that, and what role did the cross country play in terms of transferring then onto track?
Well, I think feeling for most athletes, cross country is a great way to kind of build your season. No matter what distance you're doing, if it's 800, 15, 5K, 10K in the summer, most people should be doing cross country pre-Christmas because you want to build the base. It's quite good in terms of just setting a platform for your season. The amount of group runs are certainly a lot more during the winter, and kind of those dark nights when you're kind of on the track as a group, it makes it a lot easier when you have a big group of people running with you. So the cross country for us was always kind of, it made you strong, it made you tough, and it was something definitely that when you had the nice nights in the summer and you were in a nice kind of summer's night with spikes on doing silly stuff like 300s, off 7 days recovery between each one. This is the bit you remember. You remember the tough winter sessions. It was always a great feeling when you had to change your spikes from 15 mils down to 5. You kind of felt you'd done it, but you don't really get the benefit of a good track season without having actually put the work in during the cross country. And it's such a good way. Everybody can do the same thing, which again means we're all doing the same thing day on day. So there's definitely a bigger sense of community.
And we've got 5 minutes to go until this intermediate girls 3,500. It's going to be a great race. But just one other memory, we just see some of the tweets still coming in. Well done to Meg taking home silver at All-Ireland Cross Country School Athletics at Loretto for Moy. That's Megan Carr. Those in the minor girls, that's Robert Heffernan's daughter. And we keeping the tweets coming in, and I think we have a few more that are going to roll across the screen here now, and we'll read them out. And if we have time either before this race, so best of luck to Lee Lyons, senior boys, and Aaron Mack, the inter boys today, and all the lads from St. Charles. So they're just setting up still down there as the university runners are coming in. But just one other great memory, one of the great races in terms of the track was the National Championships in 2003. Yourself against James Nolan. Some people will have known about it, but back in the day there was a race off, as we see Skerries on top there. There are All-Ireland champions. We saw a tweet coming in wishing them the best luck. They won the junior girls team title. You can see them jumping up and down for joy and possibly also for staying warm. As you can see a few hand rubs there.
At 1:40, so they have about 5
so
more minutes as the athletes.
Few more minutes for the intermediate girls, but again, just back to that track race. It was a winner takes all scenario for the World Championships in Paris in 2003, Gareth, and the crowd support kind of fluctuated back and forth between the two of you, because I think it was Brian Conway had qualified for the final as well, and it looked like he was acting as an impromptu, perhaps allegedly as a pacemaker. So the camp swung towards Nolan, and again it was a ding-dong battle. Coming up to the bell lap, you wouldn't have seen him. He was right on your shoulder, just behind. He was looking cool, as you said. The guy looks cool. He still looks cool. The black shades on, and he wagged his finger as the bell rang, and the crowd really, like, it's like show business now. It's like why people love Conor McGregor now, and at the time we were conservative, but it was great spectacle. But then coming down the back straight, you might take us just into the last lap, because it looked like maybe he thought he had it in the bag, but there was perhaps a bit of possum being played. You might go through the last lap and then kind of what happened.
Okay, yeah, I mean, I think that for what it's worth, I mean, that people still talk about that race as kind of one of the highlights of the Nationals, just because it had a lot of components of, as I say, two people who kind of had to win and only one could win. But the classic issue of the hand wagon behind me. Now, the thing is, I'm the only person that can't see that. It's not like at Santry we had a big screen to look at. So I heard a kind of whoa or whatever was going on, but I wasn't aware of what was happening. So again, you're just looking after your own race at that stage in time, and it was easy. It was tactically easy enough just to know if he doesn't pass me, I win, and that was it. So it was simply just a case of kick and kick and kick and kick again. And I think when we came down the home straight, it was literally neck and neck. But as I said, I don't think I was ever passed. And then kind of maybe 20 metres from the line, I realised it was going to be my win. And then I think James did run off the track, but that's understandable. I mean, James is a fantastic competitor. I mean, a couple of Olympics, he kind of goes under the radar with your Niall Brutons and your Mark Carrolls through the ages. But James was a championship performer, won a silver medal at a European indoors. I mean, and he knew how to get himself right. It was just fortunate on that day that it was my day, and we were unfortunate because at that stage the A standard was 3:34, and that's symptomatic of a general trend across athletics. Unfortunately, at that stage where times weren't necessarily legitimate, for want of a better word, allegedly. So we both would have been in any other year with our time. We were just forced to race off because the A standard was so artificially low, you know.
But it did make for one of the great races in the national championships, and even going into that, just tactically, you were never headed, but there was a point it looked like you were struggling and you nearly lured him in, and then you were able to surge again and just hold him off, and you just kept holding him off, and then, like you say, towards the end you were able to stretch away.
Okay, and I think that proves though that when you have a good standard of athlete there to watch. I mean, people turned out to watch that race. Listen, thankfully it was me, and I came out on the right side of it. But when you have head-to-heads in Irish athletics, and listen, we're a small country, so it's very, very hard. You usually have standout performers in most events, but I mean, even I think that year for the 15, there was 4 of the girls had run the A standard for 1500 metres. Ginea Delahunty, obviously Sonia was there as well, and it became a real race, you know, and that breeds competition. You know, it's quite sad sometimes if you go to a national champs and there's not enough people to fill the lanes, you know, and you're going, well, what are we doing something wrong here, you know? But then you have to be honest and go, it's a small enough country, so you know, AA cross country. And then obviously the national American championships, you know, it's harder than a lot of Olympic heats, you know, to get through to the final, and you know you have to be on your best game. You know, if you win the American 100-meter championships, you're probably going to have a medal around your neck come the Olympics. You can't really say the same for the nationals here or in the UK as well. I mean, the UK has the same thing, you know, Jess Ennis, Greg Rutherford, Mo Farah. After that, you start to have to go, okay, Laura Muir or whoever, but you know, even at that level, the UK, who has a population 5 times as much as us, it's still harder to actually, you know, produce the talent. So we should be thankful for what we have. For a small country, for people to still recognise the fact that what Sonia did was absolutely world class is fantastic, you know. And again, bringing it back to the schools, feeling that's where it started for her, you know. And hopefully, as I say, today we're going to see people starting for them.
Yeah, we have Sonia O'Sullivan here. We have Katrina McKiernan. I think we have yourself, of course. I think David Matthews, Irish record holder over 800 metres, is here. And even in this intermediate girls race, what's funny is even in the junior girls race, Katrina's daughter Dervla was 7th in the junior girls. It is kind of a lineage, and like you say, the warmth in the community of the Irish athletics scene can see that. And even in this race here, she was 3rd in the Leinster schools, Abigail Taylor, and this is a hot race. But her father, Dave Taylor, was a 3:54 miler. Ran for DSD, Clonliffe Harriers and things like that, and it's amazing to see how the tradition continues.
And that's it. I mean, as I was saying earlier on, Phelan, there's several ways to make it as an athlete, as it were. You know, if you're fortunate enough to have a parent who is supportive and, you know, talented themselves, you're halfway there. But at the schools level, it's got to come down to the teachers as well, or you get the third category, which is just a kid who wants to do it. But right now, with the amount of options a kid has, what they want to do, you know, we've got to make it clear that all sports in Ireland revolve around running. You know, you got to run if you're a GAA player, you got to run if you're a basketball player or hockey or whatever, or rugby. So we are the nucleus of it all, you know, and we're not saying that those kids have to stay athletes, but we're saying that we should definitely recognise that what we give them is fantastic, you know.
So just a rundown in the field here of this intermediate girls, the qualifying schools from Connacht, Sacred Heart, Westport, Ursuline, Sligo and St Joseph's, Foxford. From Leinster schools, we had Dominican College, Wicklow, Loreto, Kilkenny and Mount Anvil. And that'll have one of the runners to watch out for, Amy Rose Farrell, as we've mentioned a couple of times. The Munster schools, Ursuline Thurles, and amongst them will be Claire Rafter, who will be one of the feature runners up at the head of the field. Ursuline Waterford, Colossia Wira Ennis rounding out Munster, and in Ulster we have Loreto College Oma, and they'll have Enya Hegney, who'll be featuring to the fore. We've got Victoria College Belfast and also Strathern Belfast, which will have Olivia Nelson in the mix. In the individual qualifiers, as I said, Abby Taylor from St. Gerard's Bray, and then Sarah Healy from Holy Child Killiney. It's going to be a really good race, and they're underway. And Liam Moggan over the Tannoy said Sonia O'Sullivan has won this twice. She's here. And then Hellhop, congrats at Irish Athletics on great coverage in the live stream, as nTrai, who are doing the live stream for Athletics Ireland and on our YouTube channel.
I was going to say, Phelan, for those people just watching on the stream, to give you an idea of the weather out there actually is quite a strong headwind. The girls, as you've seen, are actually running into the wind and also up the hill, so it's one of those things. It may look a little slow maybe in parts of it, but these girls need to basically conserve as much energy as possible on this part of the course, and then obviously as they turn the corner, head down the hill with the wind on their back, we'll maybe see the gaps open up. But right now, there's no point being a hero for the first 200-300 metres of this race, because you'll certainly get caught out later stages of the race.
Yeah, so we're just going to try and pick out a few of the runners here, and a few of the names as they pass the ambulance there. So I can kind of see Amy Rose Farrell ducked in the middle there. Abby Taylor is there in the light blue and dark navy, and the purple and orange shorts there just on the outside on the right and around. Also will be Sarah Healy in red. She's kind of hidden there. I think you can just kind of see her just behind the leading trio is Sarah Healy there in the red. And Amy Rose Farrell, another diminutive figure. She'll be in the Mount Anvil vest, which again is dark navy and two cross light blue stripes. But Sarah Healy and Amy Rose Farrell, Garrett, they train together on an 800 metre loop on the grass in Carysford Park in Blackrock in Dublin. And I was chatting to them there on Wednesday for the launch of the championships, and I said, what do you think of the rivalry and different things? And Sarah Healy goes to me, oh, I didn't really think about that. So it's great to see at that age, you know, they're friends, they're getting out and running, and they're not really overly thinking type of a rivalry.
Well, that's it. I mean, I think, you know, it's the world's a big place, you know, and it's dangerous for the kids to start thinking that Ireland is the be-all and end-all of stuff, you know, so it's a really healthy thing to see that, you know, the girls are just there enjoying themselves and respect the fact that they're both talented, and hopefully what you'll see between them is, without knowing it, they'll actually encourage each other to run quicker standards. It happens more on the track. You'll see, you know, the rivalries on a domestic level can actually blossom, and internationally, you know, so when you go to a major championship, you know, I know that that's your marker. These kids, you know, at a European cross that we would run, you know, as a team, you would know where you were in the race in relation to the guys that you'd run against nationally, but there was always a danger of kind of falling in, making it a race within a race, you know, and there's as I said, there's a big world out there. So these kids here certainly have got to recognise the fact that, you know, it's great to win a schools title, which is brilliant, but you'll certainly be able to see them in the years to come. Just recognise that they'll be at a different level in the next few years, you know.
Perfect. So we're going to get it into the Twitter feed here. 3,500 metres. It's a good, nice, long distance for these girls, and it is distance running after all. Just got a few more of these tweets coming in. So Jake Reedy, best of luck to Owen Reedy and the senior boys! ! Hashtag Irish Schools XC16. Again, Lal Carr saying well done to Megan Carr, who's silver for Lerto Fermoy. The minor girls, a few more followers, and then all the congratulations in for the Skerries junior girls. Another great performance there. Queeve O'Brien getting the congratulations, and we might even bring in one of the teachers, Ronan Duggan, if he can hear us over there. So Ronan, you might just tell us how you got on there. If you want to sit down beside me there, Ronan, for a minute.
The first junior team of last year was Mount Anvil.
Garrett's going to go for a wander, but thanks for the info, and he's going to be coming back in. So how did the Belvedere junior boys get on, Ronan?
We were third. We had a storming run from Barney Kelly, who was actually our 9th man in the West Lancers, 5th man in the Lancers, and then first man home then today. So 3rd place overall. Savage performance all around.
So ecstatic to say the least. I think you can try and get across, like, Gareth was talking about just like the passion of a teacher, and what you can speak on behalf of the other teachers. What does it mean to you as a teacher, as he said, just have a passion for athletics and trying to transfer that interest to the students and get going with the next generation?
Well, like I suppose what I always say to the lads, not to the lads themselves, but to the other teachers, what are we selling them? We're selling them a miserable a day where it's going to be raining, it's hard work, okay? And yes, when you're trying to sell this to them, it is trying to create that team atmosphere and working for each other. That they want to create this idea that they're going after a title, or they're going after a medal, or even just going after getting to a Leinster, even for some of them, you know. But you're selling something that's quite difficult, and yet you're trying to get it across. So the lads get into it. They love the trips away. It's like coming down to Sligo last night, you know, getting everyone together. This is what they remember. Like, they won't remember where they finished. They'll remember who was causing hassle last night in the hostel and all that kind of stuff. And that's the great thing about schools cross country. Yeah, but I think the passion, 10:30, 11 o'clock phone calls from your former teacher Phil Conway and Brendan O'Shea, 7 or 8 missed calls worrying about the 9th man on the team, and I think too much, more than we need to, but it's a great day, I think, for all concerned. A great performance from Coleman's Nuri as well to win it, and then Naas CBS coming out of nowhere. I think they were only 3rd in Leinster, so they were 2nd today overall. So just goes to show that as junior, anything can happen.
Yeah, I think it's a testing course, as we can see. A number of runners still immediate girls, 3,500, just hugging the rail there. I think they're in the red and the white long sleever is Sarah Healy from Holy Child Killiney. She's the Leinster champion, and she's won national gold as well for her club.
There's actually some very good running on the hill itself. It's actually at the bottom of the course. That's where a lot of the standing water is, and on the right hand side of the track itself is where the kind of good ground is. But the hill itself, they're actually working pretty well, and it's good ground at the moment. So, but you can see a lot of people tiring on that 2nd and 3rd laps thus far. You know, when they're getting to that hill, the hill is getting bigger every time.
Yeah, because that's what we were talking about. It's a deceptively tough course. Obviously, while we're watching here, and you've got a beautiful rainbow there in the backdrop of Ben Bulben. It's flat here, as you can see on the front straight.
Oh, it's a glorious vista. There's no doubt about it.
It's a little bit different. The white men can't jump. There ain't no vista and there ain't no view, and there sure ain't no vista view. But it's got everything here. There is a vista, there is a view, and a vista view. As Sarah Healy is just nudging ahead, and beside her is her training partner from Mount Anvil there, Amy Rose Farrell. So it's Healy and Amy Rose Farrell, and Abigail Taylor in 3rd, who we mentioned already. But now, with 1 lap to go, it's starting to come into what I was thinking was going to be a classic duel between the two training mates. They train on an 800 metre grass loop in Carysford Park there in Blackrock, and they've gone it so many times. So you're taking your training partner, your running partner all through the week, every week. I think it's Jerry Chung, if you can tweet in the correct name for Jerry Chung's first name, the Blackrock AC coach, and they're running for their schools, respective schools. Holy Child Killiney in the red, that's Sarah Healy, and in the Mount Anvil and the navy and the light blue stripes of Amy Rose Farrell. And
you can guarantee that they probably had a little look at each other there and went, okay, we need to go here. And they've been working together all winter on those cold nights as well, so it's nice to have a teammate out there, even if they're in a different school, you know. But it's a tough course. You can see that these two are easily edging away from the second group there at the moment. Obviously in the first lap they're all tightly bunched together. The wind's it's getting a bit cold now as well, so people are maybe being a bit more tactical in the first lap. And as you move on through the races, you saw the minor races and the junior races earlier on. There's not a whole lot of tactics. There's one tactic, and that's go, go, go. Whereas now the older athletes are a bit more experienced, and they're holding themselves back, and they're making a hard move with a lap to go. A lot of them using the hill to generate a bit of speed.
Well, the messing is all over in this one. There was a tactical affair, but now shoulder to shoulder, stride for stride, as they go down the hill now towards the standing water, as you were saying, Ronan, and to the bottom end of the Sligo racecourse here. It's Healy versus Sarah Healy versus Amy Rose Farrell. Now, can Amy Rose Farrell try and turn the table on the Leinster schools? But Healy just looked like she had an extra gear. And again, we'll have to see. It will look like Amy Rose Farrell will have to make a move a little bit further out if she's to try and break Sarah Healy.
But the great thing about schools as well is that the things can change so quickly. So it's been 3 weeks since the Leinsters, and yet you could turn the tables in 3 weeks. Anything can happen in those 3 weeks, you know. So it'll be a great battle. It'll be one on the hill here, though. There's very little running at the top of the hill. You know, it's pretty much over at that stage. So it'll be one on the hill here. Whoever makes it up the hill the best, you know.
There's gold in them there hills, as the saying goes, Ronan. So Healy versus Rose Farrell. So you just pan out. We'll just try and zoom in.
Junior boys, Coleman,
Just going to try and help pick them out here.
10 years, really joining the ranks of North Mon.
So St. Coleman's, Liam Magnus, have saying win their 8th title in 10 years. So setting up their own dynasty like Malachy's and North Mon. And you're going to hopefully try and do that, of course, at Belvedere College.
That's the hope, yeah. And I mean, I think we have the second medal in 30 years. So it's a long time since we've got a medal. I think in '97, back in your day, Philip. So it's a long time.
Yeah, I think in 2000 we won the senior boys bronze medals in Dungarvan. So here's Healy and Rose Farrell. They're away and clear.
Sarah Healy and Amy Rose Farrell were first and second last year. Olivia Nelson was third.
Now Healy looks like she's just making a little bit of a move here from Amy Rose Farrell. So a yard or two. They're just lovely looking runners. Great stride out. Amy Rose Farrell is going to hang gamely. She's going to try and go again and hang on. But it's Sarah Healy in the red of Holy Child Killiney.
And they haven't really got to the hill yet, so maybe she's gone a little bit too early. She's trying to break her just before she gets to the hill, because I think if you've got 15 metres coming up that hill, it's going to be very hard to get it back. But it will, as you said earlier on, there's gold in them there hills. Either could break them. They've come together quite easy now again. It's going to be a battle toe-to-toe all the way to the line, I'd say.
So Amy Rose Farrell, as you said, she's closing it back. Again, it was tit for tat in the Leinster schools in Sanchi Domain, which was on a flatter course, but now it is a bit more testing. There's more standing water, there is a few more hills.
And it's always hard to lead as well. Like, she's been leading for a long time there, nearly the whole of this lap, so you're sitting in behind, nice and controlled, and then you can go.
It's a ding-dong battle between the two of them.
So as Liam Morgan said over the tannoy here, it's a ding-dong battle. Sarah Healy, I've my money on Healy just based on her form.
She's made about 2 or 3 yards there now as well, but there's lots to be said over this. I don't think this is over yet. There'll be 150 metres to the finish now, and we can see she's making another metre. She's easing away. I think she's probably going to make it at this stage, but we're looking for a battle all the way to the line.
Yeah, you never know, but it does look like Sarah Healy. She's just had that power. You're watching pure class here. Again, we're hoping, without putting too much pressure, these are hopefully our potential future stars in the future if we can nurture their talent. But Sarah Healy here, Holy Child Killiney, is coming through under the GloHealth banner. She's our 2016 intermediate. Has a quick look back. Amy Rose Farrell from Mount Angle, she finishes and she takes a look back. Now, a big gap now to third place. There's a big gap in the lenses, but they really have top class. They would win the senior girls race, and they were too young to make the European junior cross country team, and they would have beaten all of them as well, Ronan.
I know, they're obviously very, very talented, and they're putting a lot of hard work in there as well. So really a great running from those two, and you can see how much of a gap there is back to third there. It's an incredibly great performance from those two girls, But they'll be really
so the dominance, the Leinster dominance was broken there in third place. It wasn't a top three.
Wearing the black and amber of Loretto. That's a great run, Ella.
Ella Richardson coming in. And here's Abigail Taylor just coming in. The top 10 from St. Gerard's Spray. So some great running in there. We'll just get you that third place there now shortly. And we've got 14 new notifications on the Twitter running. He's running the intermediate boys race. Give Conor Halpin a shout out. Shout out to Conor Halpin in the intermediate boys race.
Another one from Loretto in Kilkenny. So we're going to see a very tight team competition here. It's the first 3.
So we're shivering here, but we're keeping going. Go Amy Rose Farrell. So Amy Rose Farrell second there in a great race. We'll try and get the top 3s here. We can see Belvedere College there.
Yeah, I'm going to go down and get some celebratory pats in the back here, I think. Get my due, a few handshakes perhaps.
Okay, well done, Roland. Thanks for coming up, and you might come up in a little while again.
This is tough out, and you can see by the way these athletes are finishing.
So it really is a cold afternoon here now in Sligo.
They're giving it their socks for all 3,500 metres.
And we have our top 3 there. We might zoom in just on that podium there, because I'll pick out our third place runner off her number. You can see Amy Rose Farrell to the left again.
Now, while those intermediate
Just hold her hands. She's in second.
The result of the varsity
Sarah Healy there.
ladies
And
competition,
number
and
5,
those
8,
third
6
up in third
there.
place were last year's
We'll
winners.
pick her out now.
University College Cork. Second were DCU. We saw in the Fitzpatrick.
That was Claire Rafter from Ursuline Thurles
The winners,
to make it
with the remarkable 28
the top 3.
points, was the team from the University of Limerick. They had first, fourth, 11th and 12th.
And as we got the team placings, Michelle Finn led the University of Limerick to the team title. So Michael Hunt, the president of the Irish Schools Association, is there in his big jacket. He's dishing out the medals there. He's giving Abigail Taylor her medal. If we can get the next number there, 658. 658, that's Niamh Heaney from Dean Maguire, Carrickmore.
Congratulations to all.
Then 6, her medal is covering us there. 6, we'll go for 664, maybe we'll have a look.
We've been very anxious to get the individual and team competition here.
Yes, I think it's number 664, which would be Emma Hutchinson, Ballyclare High.
Come on, put your hands together, those at the finish. Stewards, we may need some help to that young girl.
So what a top 6 here. This intermediate girls, hopefully these girls can continue on into the senior ranks and into the nationals.
That's a wonderful one. Look at that, ladies and gentlemen. The girl in the red hair and the blue singlet.
And as Robert Denby said to me, yeah, it's Claire Rafter in third from Ursuline Thurles. So it's a top class 6 placings in this intermediate.
That's a wonderful display of strength and athleticism. And we look down the track and there's many girls still finishing way behind her. The inter girls 3,500 metres.
So there's your top 3. Sarah Healy, top of the pile. Amy Rose Farrell and Claire Rafter. Really is top class competition. And again, the top 8, as long as they're eligible by age, they will be going to Falkirk in 2 weeks' time for the International Schools Cross Country.
Easily remember 1987, and Ortsco Reach had an individual winner in the minor boys, an individual medal today. It was lovely to see the school back in the medals podium. Sonia and Katrina, I hope you're enjoying the atmosphere.
So Liam Morgan is doing a great job here over the tannoy here in the stadium in Sligo Racecourse, and he's keeping all the fans up to date as we gather again for the intermediate boys next up.
On behalf of the Irish Schools, we're delighted that you're here, and we hope you're really enjoying it all. Now the next.
So getting ready now. Got the backdrop there once more. We'll milk this backdrop for all it's worth. Ben Bulbin. We've got the intermediate boys. 5,000 metres, and they're going to have 5 laps.
I like to think of Eamon Conklin, the Irishman who won the World 5,000 metre championships.
Wait for them here.
1983 in Helsinki, wearing number 442.
So we might take a quick ad break before they go.
Cross-country champion. He also won titles on the track. And he sends his good wishes here today. Eamon couldn't be here, but he's here in thought. And I believe
It doesn't cost much to feel amazing. A pair of running shoes and a bit of determination is all you need. Running increases your confidence, giving you greater control of your life. Tailored health insurance from GloHealth means you can choose the cover that suits you, your lifestyle, and your budget. Get real value, real control. Feel amazing. GloHealth. My cover, my way.
So we're back. We're live in the Sligo Racecourse here for the GloHealth All-Ireland Schools Cross Country Championships in the centenary year of the Irish Schools Athletics Association. There's been some fantastic races to warm the cockles, but it is freezing cold. My feet do feel like they're about to fall off as we're sitting up at the back of the stand. But the next race up, as they're towing the line here, is the intermediate boys, 5,000 metres. In this one is Rice College Westport in the Connacht section, Rice College Westport, Coláiste na Curraba and St. Nathan's Ballahadreen. From Leinster we've Coláiste Wirra Mullingar, St. Kieran's Kilkenny, St. Aidan's CBS, from Munster St. Flannan's Ennis, Coláiste Pobble Vantry, St. Joseph's SS and Tulla. From Ulster again we've got we've mentioned them a few times, as you'll have heard some of the other schools there, St. Malachy's Belfast, St. Coleman's Newry and Abbey GS in Newry. So again, some hotbed schools here: St Malachy, St Coleman's, St Aidan CBS there, Whitehall in Dublin, St Kieran's, Kilkenny. Not just hurlers, as they're just toeing the line here. Oh, get your toe back behind the line there. Somebody's being pernickety over a toe there. So the black and white hoops of St Kieran's College Kilkenny, they have a strong runners in Adam Fitzpatrick and Rory Lodge. I think we're 1 and 3 there in the Leinsters, split by Sean O'Leary, who was second for St Aidan's. Again, there's going to be some excellent running here. Charlie O'Donovan, who took the Munster title from Coláiste Crease 3. He'll be well in the mix, as will Darragh McElhinney, who won the International Schools race last year. And that is Darragh McElhinney. He loves the front run. He's in the lead already. He's wearing the blue. He's charging up that hill. I'm not too sure if he's as fit and as strong as he has been before when he's led them a merry dance. You can see a number of runners, I think, from Rice College Westport, and amongst them will be Aaron Doherty, who's the Connacht champion, and he's the brother of Con Doherty, who's a top-class international triathlete, and he helped Rice College Westport when I was down in Cork to the senior boys title a number of years ago. But it's Darragh McElhinney. They're in first place. Just trying to pick out who's next in second. Interesting there, it's a Conal McLean there from St Malachy's. I don't know if he's related to Colin. Colin McLean, he would have been the 1500. He still is the 1500 metre senior boys record holder. He ran 3:4:27 in Tullamore a number of years ago. So if somebody can tweet us in something about that, we can keep you posted.
These young men, you're on 3 laps.
But again, Darragh McElhinney, it's 5,000 metres though, so there's a good long way to go. But he was second in the Munster schools. We can't see Charlie O'Donovan yet from Coláiste Crease 3 in Cork. There, Cork being Cork, of course. Now we can see the black and white striped vest of St Kieran's College Kilkenny. That's Rory Lodge and Adam Fitzpatrick.
That wonderful man from St Augustine's in Waterford. He won the junior race once, he won the inter race twice, he won the senior race once to win junior, inter and
we have somebody to inform us, as we've already said. It is Darragh McElhinney. You can see a tall figure there, just in the white singlet, touch of red, just coming around the top corner. McElhinney's in the blue shorts. That's Sean O'Leary from St Aidan's, who's made big strides just before the turn of the year down in St Augustine and Garvan. And Paddy Hamilton's tweeting us in. Well done at St Coleman's. They've been flying it.
In its own way. Darragh McElhinney was one of those who was up there very early. He's a former
so John C. Glover, great performances by Lagan Valley boys and girls, and let's have more of Garrett Turnbull's commentary. If I can get him back, John, we will, because he is fantastic. And he's given us some good insight. And we will keep scrolling through. So McElhinney well to the fore over 5k. They've 3 laps. I think 3 laps to do.
And the hardest team title of all school sport to win.
So here we go. Darragh McElhinney
is where it's at.
Looks like he's turning the tables.
70th place will be contributing
on his Munster performance. He is charging away. Whether he had some injury difficulties, or whether he's in top form, or whether he's going to blow big time, we'll wait and see. But he's running strongly now as they've gone out to the back end of the course.
If underage, and the Schools International in Falkirk in Scotland this day fortnight. The top 4 finishers in the senior boys and senior girls will be invited to compete in a senior race, a once-off. So the Schools International Athletic Board International take place junior and inter traditionally. No minor, but there's a
so Zach Irwin is on our social media today. He's just updating the top 3 in the intermediate girls. That was Sarah Healy in first, Amy Rose Farrell in second, and Claire Rafter in third.
Inter boys, when they're thinking of the first 8, will be selected.
So they're at the back end of the course here. A lot of standing water, as Ronan Duggan said, on the course. Just a few people just letting us know more of the terrain as they're going around.
Boys, well, they're back to familiar territory. This is where they
McElhinney still striding out, leading them through.
The official starter and his helpers down there. They now
it looks like that chasing pack will start closing them down. I will be surprised if McElhinney can hold this ground, because it is a tough 5k course, and it is energy sapping, so we will see. Does he have? He has led fields at Merry Dance on plenty of times before, and he has got a significant lead at the moment, but I still have a feeling that they might yet rope him back in, even though they're still out of shot. Though
last year, and he's the highest finisher of those from last year's
could had a big week, but there they are. Red Singlet just leading the chasing pack. He has a little look back, but he's charging away. He's trying to lay down a marker, really test him. So now he's coming up this. There's good ground now on this hill, as Ronan said earlier, and there's just a big chasing pack there. It is a bit like the cycling. Are they just going to let him string him out there? They're confident enough that they can reel him back in if they start working together, but they don't want to get that gap to get too much bigger, because McElhinney, if he gets a sniff, his confidence will grow. He has produced some fantastic front running performances down through the last couple of years. He's won the international schools in Saint-Germain last year. He's won All Ireland schools titles. He won it last year from the front, and he's doing that again from the front. So this time it looks like Adam Fitzpatrick now is leading that charge to close down the gap to Darragh McElhinney. So we might just see if we can just pan back a little bit. Yeah, we're just opening out a little bit. You can just see the gap there. So it's a good 100, 150 metres. Could be Charlie O'Donovan now trying to close them down. No, he's not. He'll be in the green. But they are stretching out now, that chasing pack. They do have to start chasing them down. Not sure who's leading that chasing back just yet, but it is Adam Fitzpatrick in third, and in fourth is the tall figure of St. Aidan's, Sean O'Leary. And they're stretching now, and a few more of them will have to start paying closer order if they're going to win this GloHealth All-Ireland Schools Intermediate Boys title.
So the team battle right down through.
So big team battles going on. Again, the teams in this: Rice College Westport, Coláiste na Curraba, St. Nathan's Balladreen, Coláiste Weir Mullingar, St. Kieran's Kilkenny, St. Aidan's CBS, St. Flannan's Ennis, Coláiste Pobble Bantry, St. Joseph's SS Tulla, St. Malachy's Belfast, St. Coleman's Newry, and Abbey GS Newry.
University's men's race, because he twice won this intermediate race, and he has racing on his mind one more time. So they have 2 laps to go.
So 2 laps to go. Liam Moggan announces over the tannoy. Darragh McElhinney striding down the back end of the course here. Again, 2 laps to go. They still have plenty of time to catch him, but he does have a big lead. And again, his confidence has to be growing with every stride. He's a front runner. The fact that they've let him get a gap is going to boost his confidence. So McElhinney, a big lead. So as the lulling proceeds along the race course here, McElhinney to the fore from Bantry. Again, who else can we try and pick out and see can be in the mixer? He was turned over by Charlie O'Donovan in the Munsters, but they're nowhere close to him right now. Again, Adam Fitzpatrick and Rory Lodge among the top 3. Patrick McAniff from Ulster, from Banbridge. He'll be looking to lay down a marker here as well. So it's still McElhinney. See some of the other runners, some of them warming up, others keeping warm, and others just traversing the course just to kind of get a good vantage point. So he's just in shot. Yeah. So he's just in the center of the screen there now. Got him there in the light blue. And he's just leading. And you can see that pack is closing down now, so I might be proved correct just yet. They'll be coming out onto their last lap now, and they will have to start heating this up. McElhinney is in the lead, but they're going to have to start charging up this firm ground, as we've heard, on this hill. There's some good running on it, and it's the first time we can kind of see them both in the same screenshot. So McElhinney to the lead. We'll try and pick out who's in there. You can see the tall figure of Sean O'Leary. He's got the high shoulders hunched slightly at the back of that pack. Try and pick out the other runners. Adam Fitzpatrick, I think, is still in there. And we'll pick out the other runners who's in the mixer there. So McElhinney still has a good 100 metre plus lead or so, but it does look like this pack is taking a lot closer order.
Some of the former winners, Garrett Turnbull, I saw him out there a while ago, looking on.
So once we can have a good look here, we'll see, because that chasing pack is splitting now. There's 3 abreast chasing hard. Sean O'Leary has a glance back. Charlie O'Donovan, the Munster Schools champion, you can see him just off that pack. He's in the green of Colossus Creasery and Corky. I think Paddy Marr then just a further place it back from Dunshaughlin. But it doesn't look like they're going to be doing much damage. But Adam Fitzpatrick there in the St. Kieran's College Kilkenny vest, the black and white striped vest. And he's pulling away from that pack. So he's going to have to make a move here to try and catch Darragh McElhinney. Somebody has to make a decision to move.
In the green and black, that's Charlie O'Donovan from Colossus Creasery. A big improvement.
So we've got a Colossus Weir Mullingar vest in the mix there.
Big improvement there.
And the gap is visibly closing, as you can see in the screen. And then as I looked down from the stand, they are closing that gap. So if we can pick out these names, we'll let you know. So there's that chasing pack of 1, 2, 3, 4. Sean O'Leary has just dropped a little bit back off that chasing pack of 4. So there's some cheers from the grandstand. As they swoop around and back down again. Now let's just see if we can try and zoom in. What's that gap looking like? It is cutting down. That gap is cutting down. You can visually see there. You can zoom in slightly more there.
They're very much in line here. St. Malachy's in Belfast.
So McElhinney, he had a big lead. It's cutting down with every stride now. And he is going to be caught, and it looks like he's going to run out of gas. So they're really right back in it. This is it. Back in the pack there, you can see just to the right of the screen is there going down right down that screen. You can see just off that pack then is Sean O'Leary, and I think it's Charlie O'Donovan behind him.
Anyone who was there in 1996 remembers the St. Malachy's domination of 1500 metre running. They have 1 lap to go in the intermediate boys.
They're in the last lap here in this intermediate boys.
On Ireland Schools Cross Country Championships of 2016.
So it's all to play for now. Darragh McElhinney has been caught by this chasing pack.
To spoil the view. What a wonderful sight it is, away from days of school and science labs, even PE classes, those golden classes of old. This is
just in the centre there. You can zoom back in there again now.
This is the day the athletes love.
There we go. There's the chasing pack, or the lead pack as it is now.
But remember, and do remember, that each of
they
them
just go out of eye shot there.
Regional zone and qualified.
Just down the brow of the hill, beyond that gorse.
And qualified.
Now who has what it takes here? Darragh McElhinney is still in the lead.
And many of those up front, it's their second or third.
Fitzpatrick in 4th. If we can get a few more names coming in.
It's under 17 on the 1st of July of this year. But there's some boys who ran as juniors last year. That means they were under 15 and they're jumping up in age group. So some of those in this race.
So again, there's more moves. There's a new leader at the front of this. Darragh McElhinney is in 2nd. Can't even hang on to that position because it looks like he'll be passed. More tweets coming in. Well done to Niamh Heaney and Enna Hegney, 4th and 5th in the inter-girls, coached by Conor Moore and Oma, both still eligible next year. Celtic DCH saying brilliant running there. But Darragh McElhinney, he's gone, his race is run, he's out of the medals now. Adam Fitzpatrick's in second there. And we can see who's going to climb up this hill here now. And it's Fitzpatrick and St. Kieran's College Kilkenny. He's just edged to the lead here now. Again, it's about timing now. This is a long enough drag now, right up and into the finish now. Fitzpatrick, our Leinster Schools champion, now 5, 6 metres in the lead here. This will be a big win for the Kilkenny man. It looks like he's stretching it out. Has he gone too early, or does he really have enough left in the tank here? This is going to be a tough drag now to the finish. But he's looking good. Can they remuster themselves? Has he gone too soon? He's standing tall. He's charging up the hill. All three are in a good rhythm now. McElhinney has dropped back to 5th, and he'll be going back even further to 6th catch. Going to be caught by Sean O'Leary and Charlie O'Donovan, his Munster Schools counterpart. McElhinney paying the price for those early exertions. But it's Adam Fitzpatrick now. He's stretching away. He's our Leinster Schools GloHealth champion in Saint-Domingue. The Kilkenny man has a little glance back. It looks like he should have enough, as he's going to swoop around into the straightaway here now. So here comes Adam Fitzpatrick into the home straight. That was a great race. Darragh McElhinney paying the price for such bold tactics. But here comes Adam Fitzpatrick. He ups the tempo once more. As Willie Nelson say, pick up the tempo one more time. Has a look over the right shoulder. And there is the celebration. Boy, is he happy. Tired but happy. So just give you those second and thirds. Glashaware Mullingar in third anyway. We'll give you the names. Sean O'Leary 5th, Charlie O'Donovan 6th.
So well done to you, son.
Darragh McElhinney has really run out of gas. Paddy Marr passes him. McElhinney will be passed again, going into the straight. A brave run from McElhinney.
That wasn't easy.
The cold biting. McElhinney is out on his feet, and they're going to have to help him come across the line. But what a race that was. Brave, bold, daring. And Adam Fitzpatrick, hopefully, is going to try and lead the charge. Rory Lodge is in for Kilkenny.
Mullingar were second intermediate team last year. So very much a formed team in this competition. Lost to Creasry. We saw Charlie O'Donovan going in there earlier. Peter Murray from St. Coleman's. He's finished, and Peter has already won
so we're
All-Ireland
onto our podium here.
15 years of age.
We'll get our top three. We'll focus in on the numbers there, and we'll pick out our top three.
Won 3. If he wins another gold medal here today, he'll have 4 All-Ireland Schools gold team medals.
Steady there.
And he's not yet 16 years of age.
So number 695.
We don't have electronic equipment, but I'm right here at the finishing line. And
that's Kieran Nolan. Had a great run for Glashaware Mullingar in third.
Tissue they have to get right down to finish.
In second place, 696. So Glashaware Mullingar, Jamie Battle.
And that makes interesting reading.
So that is a great 2-3 for Glashaware Mullingar. They're going to be leading the stakes for this team title. What a run from the two Mullingar men. And it's a top 3 for Leinster. And turning over the different.
Looking for space, looking for effort.
It's a remarkable change that can happen in 3 weeks. There's Adam Fitzpatrick, our Leinster Schools champion. But again, the top 3 in Leinster included Cormac Canning in second. Nowhere in that top 3 there. Just the different testing courses, the difference 3 weeks of training can make. And also if there's any sickness or illness in the interim. Michael Hunt there giving out the medals, as we've said before. You can see Sean O'Leary's arm around the Munster Schools champion. That's Charlie O'Donovan. Lost Creasry and Corky in 6th. Sean O'Leary in 5th. And number 796. That's Patrick McNiff. I think he was our Ulster champion.
It matters, and it matters because it's today. Competition is the
yardstick
to measure improvement. And today is the
Sean
day that
O'Leary,
how
5th. He'll be
well training has gone,
cheering on his
how well
St.
getting to
Aid
bed
and
on
CBS
time with
senior
manners,
boys teammates.
how well maybe not having that extra bounty bar,
We have more
getting that
tweets
extra
coming
mile
in.
maybe forgetting about Gogglebox on repeat and getting to bed on time. Another one from Kieran Kilkenny. It takes them all, but well done. That might be Sean Robinson.
So there he's holding up
The
his
individual
proud
prize
medal.
will
Adam
be
Fitzpatrick,
presented.
he's tired. He'll be looking to try and dump down. He's out on his feet. Great running for the Kilkenny man, showing that they're adept. How adept they are with fleet of feet as well as the clash of the ash. So Sarah McLaughlin, congratulations to Nace. CBS boys came second in junior All-Ireland cross country. Rory, we don't know where Conor Halpin from Blackrock College is, unfortunately. We didn't pick him up coming in there, but certainly wasn't in the top 6 and wouldn't have been in the top 10 either in a tough race. Chris Kelly looking for a shout out from Ross O'Carroll Kelly. The girls of South Dublin, 1 and 2 in the intermediate girls.
He was in good form. Now I haven't got to confirm that he's the man, but I believe that Adam Fitzpatrick, the Leinster champion, has added his name to a wonderfully strong.
Says the Athletics Ireland van there. Will have to collect all our signs and fill that in after our day's work. But next up
let me tell you the 12
should be our senior girls.
The senior girls race. They'll have 2,500. So we go back to
This really is a great programme to mark the centenary year. Tommy Craddock and the crew have to take big credit. So next up, senior girls 2,500 should be underway now shortly. That's a 2:25. One small lap, one big lap. Then there'll be the senior boys 6,500, and then the university men's 8,000 at 3 o'clock. So plenty happening.
The Ulster schools are represented by Victoria College Belfast, Thornhill College Derry, and Strathearn Belfast. I meant to check, but I think Strathearn Belfast have more teams.
So Zach Irwin, we're going to change phones here now because he's used it up nicely. He's been doing great work. Keep tagging us. I'm going to hand over my other phone. Got a number of phones here. Don't ask why. Ask no questions. Hear no lies. So we're getting ready for the senior girls.
The team in third place were Loreto College Oma with 83 points. In second place was Loreto College.
So keep you posted here.
And the winners, and they'll be delighted to be the winners with 59 points. The winners of the intermediate girls team title is the team from Dominican College Wicklow. So well done to those. They were around early yesterday. They were well and themselves up this morning.
So just zooming in there, going to just transfer over, just separating the charges, and Zach Irwin is back on. He's going to be online with the mobile phones. Just make sure that he doesn't look at all my messages. Of course, there'd be nothing untoward on any of them anyway, so nothing to fear there, as we're all trying to heat up.
11 of the 12 entered teams were St. Joseph's from Foxford, not far from this neck of the woods. So well done to Dominican College Wicklow. There's a lot of hard work and a lot of dedicated people working.
So the heat is on. nTrai have been doing a great job for the last few events. They've been doing all the live stream. David O'Shea and the crew here as we're zooming in here. I'm going to give him a nudge this time. He's not going to go out of focus this time. I'll give him a root with my left foot. But away they go here. Senior girls, 2,500 metres. To be fair, it is Baltic, it is bitter, it is freezing. But we're enjoying the races, and it's great to have it here on the live stream, courtesy of David O'Shea and the lads in nTrai. It's just a great scene. Got people like Eddie McDonough here. He's now 80 years of age. He's coached more All-Ireland schools champions than he probably can care to remember. He's here with Kalash, Owen, Blackrock College. Dermot McDermott, one of the other coaches, is here from Sligo. He's coached multiple champions. Just really that community spirit here on show. I'll have Rory Field, the different fellas, with John T. Glover tweeting in about the Lagan Valley lads, and just from all corners of the country. Donegal, Cork, this is Malin to Mizenhead. So the senior girls are snaking around here. Oh, Ronan Duggan, who was with us with the junior boys, his team won the junior boys bronze medals for Belvedere College. He's also coaching Fiona Everard here. She's the Munster Schools champion. Again, it's going to be another exciting race here. We'll just have a look here. You can see the Loretto Cavan tall figure in that navy singlet. That's Clodagh O'Reilly. Then you think we've got Niamh Kirja there in all in black. She's in the Colosh to Isagon there. And I think that's Fiona Everard in the navy and the light blue. And she's got the headband. And the defending champion from St. Angela's in Cork is in the green singlet there. In the red is Avril Deegan. There, I think, from Thurles. And just stalking just at the back of the group there in the two different shades of pink. On the right hand side is Emer Fitzpatrick. She's our Leinster Schools 2,500 metre champion. So it's going to be an interesting race here. They're all bunched together. It's 2,500 metres. Have your results for intermediate girls team school. We'll try and have a listen out to that again. And we'll try and call that out over the stream. But back to the action here. It's probably one small lap and one big, probably being that is, once I look down and actually read the programme. So nicely all bunched together here.
A lot of these girls very used to each other. Niamh Kirja from Colosh to Isagon was second as an intermediate last year.
So here we go, we settle down, have a look here. That's Niamh Curry from Malahide Community School. She's charging out the long-legged Leinster runner. You can see Clodagh O'Reilly, the Ulster champions, in the mix. Just in the red, just tiptoeing. She's on 4th or 5th. You can see her hands raised. That was Avril Deegan. Back of that pack, Rona Pearce. She's been coming back from injuries. She's got 3 weeks even, further advanced down the line with her training. And she could spring that surprise. Fiona Everard, the Munster champion, should be in there, as should Emer Fitzpatrick be. We'll just try and see if she's in the mix. Emer Fitzpatrick is in there. She won the steeplechase and was second in the 1500 metres at the All-Ireland Schools in Tullamore last summer. Her sister Sarah was running for Trinity in the university race earlier in the day. But again, what's going to happen here? Who's got the speed? Bit of the hoarding is blown over there, just into the finishing straight. So a bit of action just there. That's off camera, but on camera is Niamh Curry. She's leading just on the outside. Swooping up again looks like Fiona Everard just on the far left, and even back just one place there in the pink is Emer Fitzpatrick. She's going to bide her time. She's going to try and play a coy, cute race. Niamh Kirja is in the 3/4 length, black tights and the black singlet with the yellow of Colosh Isagon. It's the Lorgan, a Ballia Clea, Emer Fitzpatrick, August Niamh Curry, Egbor, and Grupa Inish. So that's Niamh Curry in the lead. We've got Loretto Kilkenny in second. Third is Emer Fitzpatrick. If it was a betting man right now, she's looking ominously good there. Fiona Everard is just hanging in the back of that pack. Loretto Cavans, Clodagh O'Reilly also just at the back. Again, we're going to be waiting for who can make the moves, who can make their mark now in this last lap of the course. They're going to stretch down now and out onto the big lap, what we've seen so many times. And Emer Fitzpatrick just on the far right there. They're going to have that cold crosswind as they go down. They go down the hill. So the defending champion looks like Rona Pearce. She's out of contention there now. As we look ahead, Emer Fitzpatrick, I think she's really just biding her time. She's not making a move yet. She's studying hard there in Our Lady's Terranure. She's going well on the cross. She's been good on the track. Now can she add an All-Ireland Schools cross-country senior girls title to her name?
Cheltenham races will be reminding us of race courses and good to soft and good to yielding and how many furlongs are going, and we've no jumps to do here. But this is very, very much the Olympics of cross-country running.
So just checking the Twitter feed there.
Kelly bring you all the information there.
So Liam Morgan just announced me over the
reaction we had from last year was
over the tannoy.
They were seen in many countries.
So you can just see Emer Fitzpatrick in the pink there. She's in the middle of that three. Niamh Kyrgia, her Leinster rival, is there. Is the pace open once more? Claude O'Reilly is adrift there in 6th place. And it looks like Fiona Everard, the Munster champion, is also cut adrift. I think she's just 1 place ahead. And there's 2 runners now pulling away here.
Wonderful vista we have in Sligo racecourse. And again to Tommy Craddock and his team, well done
So
to bringing it here. Historic that it is
halfway through this big loop now, and they're coming back towards the starting pen. There's plenty of standing water, as Ronan Duggan said, on the course there now.
In the Northern Ireland schools, the girls of today might be surprised that the competitions were taking place without them.
So all to play for.
They took place in Hume in 1970. And when again I remind
They
you
come
about
across,
Eddie winning the
coming up
intermediate
towards
senior
now
in 1968,
the real
there was
business
no
end of this
girls
race, as they're going to come up
between.
and tackle this hill for the final time and swoop around into the straight.
They need stewards just to work together there and push up that. It's just the wind with the hoarding.
So again, they're trying to pick up all the hoarding there, and they're
And Tommy
settling
would like
that
to see
finishing
somebody
straight.
there to hold
But in the
from
mix here now,
inside. Yeah, with one wave of his hands, Tommy Craddock stops traffic and wind. He's given an
there's a
instruction
move on,
at
and
the top
indeed,
of Ben Bullen
as I was
to
saying,
go
it's
away
Emer
from
Fitzpatrick is in the lead there now from Our Lady's Terranure.
Issuing red cards and
He's got
red
5-10
cards
metres
on his life
on
as
them.
referee, so he's issued the final yellow card to the winning
So they go across that
senior
standing
girls
water that Ron Duggan
Master
was mentioning.
Girls Championships.
We'll just try and see who's in second and third. I think Niamh Carey. It looks like a Leinster 1-2-3 at the moment.
Ronan Pearce from
The
St.
Lion.
Andrews in Cork, defending a title she
The
won
Lion
in
Lions.
surprising fashion last year, beating
Bit of Irish and English mixed together. So it's Emer Fitzpatrick in the lead. Niamh Carey from Malahide Community School, locked together with Niamh Kyrgia from Coláiste Easagon. Claude O'Reilly is making a nice move up there in fourth. Can she get up into medal contention again? The Loretto Cavan, 6th-year student. Looks just behind her then is Fiona Everard there in fifth. But Emer Fitzpatrick looks like she is in the driving seat, going to be headed, even though there's still a good bit of running to go. Now they're going up this hill, but Emer Fitzpatrick has got some steeplechase strength, got a bit of 1500 metre speed. I'm sure we'll see Father Enda Fitzpatrick in shot at some point, but she is making her move up this hill now. They're back on the firm ground. They've got to tackle this testing hill for one final time. They only had to cope with it slightly for the small loop, and now one more for the big loop. So Niamh Kyrgia in second. Niamh Carey has a wipe of the nose, wipes a bit of the cold away, grits her teeth, tries to move those elbows and drive up that hill, and she does push into second place. But Emer Fitzpatrick in the pink singlet here of Our Lady's Terranure doesn't look like she's going to be headed now. She's just got to negotiate this final testing part as it snakes around, hugging the barriers to the left, and she'll see the finishing straight now shortly. Niamh Kyrgia is moving. Looks like a Leinster 1-2-3 in the senior girls 2,500 metre race for the GloHealth All-Ireland Schools Cross Country Championships. So here is Emer Fitzpatrick, daughter of Enda Fitzpatrick. You can see him he's just off in the blue jacket there and the black cap. He's cheering her on as she's going in to the home straight. But there's a big finish coming on. Can Niamh Kyrgia catch her on the line? She's just spotted her. She's holds her off. What a finish. Niamh Kyrgia nearly gets her on the line. And it's going to be 1-2-3. Niamh Carey from Malahide Community School. So Emer Fitzpatrick 1, Niamh Kyrgia, Coláiste Easagon 2, Niamh Carey 3, Claude O'Reilly 4 for Loretto Cavan, 5 Fiona Everard, 6 is Loretto Mullingar, 7 Loretto Kilkenny. So some good racing here. Laura Whitelaw coming in for Loretto Mullingar. Loretto Mullingar again. So I think we can call Loretto Mullingar our All-Ireland Schools champions. And that's off a brief count back just of these top 10 runners. So Loretto Mullingar look like they've taken it. Avril Deegan is across the line. She was fourth in the Munsters. Top 12 or so there once we go to the count. So Emer Fitzpatrick, our senior girls champion. You can see her just being walked across there. Balaclava clad man there, keeping his face warm. Niamh Ní Céirde and Niamh Carey being brought across.
2016, it's Rice College Westport.
So Rice College Westport are the intermediate boys
The second school from Westport
team champions.
to win the school's team title. So to head out to Connacht, they might have said, but 2 Westport teams have won this year. Well done to both. Well done. Rice College Westport first, Colossus Weir, Mullingar second.
So there's our top 3. It says Niamh Carey in the programme for Malahide Community School, but it's actually Niamh Carey. She's in Raheny Shamrock, fellow club mate of mine. So they're having a chat there. Ian Stragic saying, yeah, you nearly got me there. Luckily I saw you, got a cheer, got a shout out there. I'm happy I held you off. And then they'll talk politely amongst each other, but secretly delighted as being the champion. So number 829 there, Loretto Mullingar's Claire Fagan. There is Loretto Cavan, flood coaches. That's Clodagh O'Reilly, and number 902 should be Fiona Everard. Indeed it is, from MICC Dunmanway.
The Ulster champion was fourth.
And number 829, as we said, that was Claire Fagan leading Loretto Mullingar, I reckon, to the team title. It's not too far off. Was Claire Fagan, or was Alana Bates and Laura Whitelaw. So they're happy out. Niamh Carey is delighted with that. That's a big performance for her to get into the top 3 in the All-Ireland schools. Michael Hunt giving the medals. You can see Enda Fitzpatrick in the black hat and the DCU Athletics jacket. Proud father, proud as punch. He's going to take his snap now shortly. Tui on top, great stream with the... I'm loving the schools buzz and UL women's team victory. Woohoo! He's a former current UL student, top 800 metre runner.
They'll be representing their schools for 6, maybe 7
So there's
years.
Emer Fitzpatrick
Many of them will know
on
each
top
other
of the
from
pile of
previous
the senior
competitions.
girls, 2,500 metres.
Over track and cross country in
Next
Europe.
up now will be the senior boys.
There will be
2 races on this
teammates
card
of
to go.
international teams that have visited
That's at
all team
14:40.
games and international schools venues.
And
represented by St Mary's Galway.
in this we've got St Mary's Galway, Sligo Grammar, SM Turmakeedy. From Leinster we have St Aidan's in Dublin, Colossus Weir Mullingar, St Kieran's College Kilkenny, Munster Schools, St Flannan's Ennis, and of course they're going to be led by Kevin Mulcair. He's the favourite for this race. De La Salle Waterford's David McLean is leading them. Colossus Trasa Canturk. In Ulster we have St Michael's Enniskillen, St Malachy's Belfast. Again, I think they've had teams in every age group, so great work there by John McAllister and St Malachy. St Eunan's College rounding them out. And then some of the top individuals from Ulster, they'll be in the mix, will be James Edgar from Friends School Lisburn and Craig McMeechan from Bangor Grammar School. From Munster should be David Fox and Fergal Curtin in the mixer. And then Jack O'Leary from Clongowes College. He beat Kevin Mulcair in the European Junior Cross Country Championship in December, finishing 23rd to Mulcair's 25th. And Paul O'Donnell was third in Leinster from DLS Churchtown. He'll also be looking to make a mark. But for me, it's Mulcair's race to lose. He's in top form. He ran 14:14 at the Armagh International 5K. He's in great form. He eased to the Munster Schools title. He was second in the Great Edinburgh Cross Country running for Team Europe, and Jack O'Leary was sixth in that race. So he's back in form. He was saying before the turn of the year he had struggled just to recover from the high of the summer. He broke John Tracy's 40-year-old 5,000 metre record when he ran 14:02. He then was an agonising fourth in the European Junior Track and Field Championships in Eskilstuna in Sweden. Rounded out the season with a nice mile win at the Morton Games, running 4:04 to win the Irish Miles Club versus British Milers Club mile. But then, bit of a hangover effect, just struggled a little bit before the turn of the year. He won the National Junior Cross Country to go to the Europeans, but admitted he wasn't quite as fit as he had thought and had hoped, and was struggling for a little bit of motivation. But his 25th place finish in the European Cross Country Championships kind of gave him a bit of a rise to get back into top shape, and he's training there under Pat Hogan. who's been his long-time coach as the senior boys. 6,500 metre race, 6.5k. They're underway. Penultimate race of the day, the last race of the schools program. So 6,500 metres.
I miscounted the laps last year. I've been apologising and beating myself up ever since. Jack O'Leary was second.
So they're away up this hill. Liam Moggan is up on the tannoy here. And he was saying how he miscounted the laps last year and has apologised to Jack O'Leary, but there's nothing can match Kevin Mulcair on. But there we are. Cathal Doyle just hugging the rail there for St. Aidan CBS. They'll be leading the team charge. They're the early favourites. They're in the white. He's in the white vest and the slight red. In all red in that singlet, I think, is James Edgar from Friends School in Lesburn, and in the green shorts, that's James Edgar.
There's a lot of heavy treading here now.
Try and pick out Craig McMeechan and a few of the other top runners there. That's Tyg McGinty from Swinford, the Connacht Schools champion. He's a reluctant leader.
Where's the bandana? Jack O'Leary's in there.
So in the white snapback cap, that's Kevin Mulcair, and he's just edged into the lead. He just capped back to front. He normally wears a beanie hat, but now he's going to wear that hat back to front. He'll toss it off, I'd say, once he starts the pace hots up. So you can see just stalking Mulcair in the white cap. In the red singlet is the Friends School of Lisburn, James Edgar, the Ulster Schools champion, who just held off Craig McMeechan. So again, it's another strong field. You can see Ferguson McCormack, tall figure in the Belvedere, the black singlet with the white stripes, just in the middle of that bunch. He'll be hoping for a top 15 place.
6,500 metres.
And then just on the top right, you can see in the purple there's Jack O'Leary of Clongowes Wood College. You can't chop the wood. Well, can Mulcair chop the wood here? Can he chop O'Leary down? Can he retain his GloHealth All-Ireland Schools Senior Boys Cross Country title? And you can just see in the maroon, just on the top, he's just gone out of shot. That's Paul O'Donnell from De La Salle Churchtown. He was third in the Leinster Schools Cross Country. And you can see a slew of black and white singlets. That's the St. Kieran's College Kilkenny vests. So Mulcair, you can see him just hugging the white rail there. He's got the white cap on, back to front, cool as you like. He did a charismatic head over heels finishing line celebration. Clongowes Wood College beating Jack O'Leary on home turf last year. Tyg McGinty in there for Swinford in the red.
Represented by St. Michael's and Enniskillen, who've had at least two other teams here today.
And of course, it's not the last race. I didn't say it was the last race. I said it was the last race on the schools program and the penultimate race.
4 laps for the senior boys. Garrett Turnbull went on to win.
Unfortunately, we can't tell you where Sophie Kinsella of Mount Anvil is in the senior girls race. We couldn't pick her out from a distance. So not sure, Johnny, where Sophie Kinsella finished in the senior girls. If we can get a few more results, we might get them up. We'll try and tell you.
The list of winners.
We'll send David O'Shea off to see if he can get a few more results pages, and we'll tell you where
many of them went on to achieve greater things.
Where Sophie Kinsella finished in that senior girls race and a few more placings. I know there was the intermediate girls.
Schoolboy cross-country runner in your year.
And then the senior boys race, Johnny Kavanagh, we can do this one yet. Shout out to Zach Al Mukazim and Shane McDonough in the senior boys race. And they're underway here. All bunched together. Up the top.
European cross-country champion. And Bruton, I mentioned, World Universities 15. Mark Carroll,
Isabel Cairn tweeting in, so happy for Emer Fitzpatrick.
Colin Costello, World Junior 15
Some love there for Emer Fitzpatrick on the Twitter.
1500 metre champion. Robert Heffernan, World 50k. He was 10th in the Irish Schools cross country in the Curragh a few years ago. Katrina McKiernan, European cross country champion. Sonia, champion.
So I see on the tweet,
let's put it that way.
Best for last in the schools program. We'll get Zach. Let him know he still has to tweet on the university race. So You'll see a lot of white singlets with red stripes just down the sides. That's St Aidan CBS. They're looking for this team title, and amongst them was Brian Flanagan, Adam O'Brien, Cathal Doyle, who ran in the European Junior Cross Country, ran the junior team in the European Cross Country Championships. Mulcair is the favourite. So you can see Jack O'Leary just edging to the lead there. Nice arm carriage, but again, it is quite pedestrian. You can see them all bunched together. Nobody's made their move. Expect Mulcair to wait for a mid-race surge. So Mulcair is in the blue singlet of St. Flannan's, Ennis Sinclair. His white snapback, his white cap back to front. Got a few ultras there. Got a coffee on the line here to keep us warm.
Kevin's coach had a bit of a scare during the year. Wonderful to see him back in health and the bright eyes and the smile. The man who also wears a bandana. And they lost the team title by only 1 point to the great St.
So we've kept Zach up to date there. He knows he's got his university senior race to do a few tweets on as well. But here we go. Ty McGinty is in the red there, the Connacht champion. Craig McMeechan should be in the mix there.
You can see they're being competitive. You can see they know each other. James Edgar, the tall figure, the triathlete, the European champion, Mulcair now.
So Mulcair is the leader again. Will he up the pace a little bit? How's he feeling? He's in the lead, but he's nearly leading because he's comfortable.
So our first three now, if anything,
so Mulcair in the lead, Jack O'Leary and Peter Lynch there.
The stripes of Kieran Kilkenny's second, and Mulcair has resorted back in by the railings, looking at that soft
so just have to
the white bandana cap
transfer
one more time. So last year's intermediate form coming very much to the fore. O'Leary leading unusually. Peter Lynch with that lovely.
So Peter Lynch was just a bit of a transfer there. Peter Lynch in the black and white singlet of St. Kieran's Kilkenny. We've Sonia O'Sullivan join us. We might get her to sit down and have a chat and get her to tell us about her day. Just in terms of some of the results, we'll just look through the senior girls. Somebody's looking for Sophie Kinsella. We'll have a scroll down here.
The senior girls race, a wonderful finish there and a wonderful victory for Emer Fitzpatrick from.
We're still looking down through the results. If we get a chance, we'll have a good look. She's down. We're still looking through. We'll try and sift through those results and get back to you on that one. So Kevin Mulcair is still in the lead, gathering a few results. We'll just, Sonia's, just to give you an idea, it's much too cold up here. She said we'll just get her thoughts just on the day so far, Sonia, before you get running to keep warm again.
It's like Siberia up here, but it's been absolutely fantastic out there. Great day for it and some absolutely fantastic races.
What were your pick races of the day? Obviously the intermediate girls race was good. The junior boys, Lewis O'Loughlin was an impressive winner. Anything out there that particularly caught your eye?
Yeah, no, I think the intermediate girls were very good. It was two girls, they just got away from the rest of the pack, and it was great to see them racing up the finish line. And then also the senior girls race was pretty interesting as well.
It was a nice finish there. Emer Fitzpatrick, Anna Fitzpatrick's daughter, got through for the win there. But just in terms of that intermediate girls, they probably would have beaten, I would say they would have beaten the senior girls. They do look like a class apart.
I don't know, I wasn't timing it now, like it's hard to tell.
Well, from a visual.
Well, you'd like to think that, but each to their own, and I think you only have to run as fast as you need to run.
Well, that's true. You just have to get the title on the day. But just in terms of your memories, I think you might have won the intermediate girls 2 times. I think Liam Morgan said over the Tannoy. I know you've written a piece in the program for today. But what are your your school's memories? And I suppose it kind of catapulted you on to more things, obviously, in the future.
Yeah, well, this is fantastic here today. I think when I was running, it definitely didn't look as professionally set out as this. This is absolutely been really well organised, I think, and great crowds here today as well. I don't know, it seemed a lot darker and colder and wetter when I was running. But I had some great memories and great races, in lots of different places around the country. And it's a great experience for everybody coming from all corners of the country to come up here to Sligo today, and I'm sure they'll remember it for many years to come.
And what were kind of the take-home messages? I think you must have had one or two disappointing, well, obviously you had a few disappointing races, but in terms of even in school, just there has been a kind of some people did well in their regions. They would have expected to run better. You take a hit, but it's a more of a testing course and it's up the distance. But what would you have always taken away from maybe your disappointments and bouncing back?
Well, I think cross country is very unpredictable. You can't really judge, the results of one race to the next race. And, you might come along after winning the Munster Championships or finishing in the top 3 and then out of the top 3 in the National Championships. So, you just, you hope that you're going to bounce back and come back better the following year. You never give up hope, and you realise that, it is different courses suit different people. And, I think you generally see the same names up there, within the top 10 or so. And at this age, they do tend to mix it up and change it around each year.
Yeah, just as we pan back to the race here, Sonia, we can see Jack O'Leary is just edging just in the lead there. We've got the Leinster trio there. Kevin Mulcair with the snapback cap. We've got in the Friends of Lisburn there in the red singlet and the green shorts is James Edgar, and he's in the mix there as well. And as is Paul O'Donnell from De La Salle Churchtown. They're very much to the fore at the moment. Kevin Mulcair has kind of been dominating the junior ranks. He was beaten in the European Junior Cross Country, but apart from that blip aside, he's been running strongly. He broke John Tracy's record, and what kind of path? Hopefully, he's got a race to win here. But in terms of that journey from the schools athlete to the next stage, what type of transition phase will he have to do? As you can see, he's just applying more pressure here, and Jack O'Leary is just hanging on to him there. Peter Lynch is 4 or 5 yards back, and then James Edgar a further 4 or 5 yards back.
Well, I think Kevin Mulcair, he's kind of the dominant force really at this level in Ireland, and he has a lot of confidence running against them when he's at home. But Jack O'Leary, he's not going to give up either. I think he's determined to try and beat him one day, in Ireland, because that's, I suppose, where all your friends and family are watching close by. But it depends on what path you take after this. When you finish school, whether you go to America or stay here in Ireland. The next 4 years is always, it's a bit up and down for a lot of athletes, and it's definitely, like cross country, very unpredictable.
It certainly is unpredictable, but he is starting to stretch away now as we pan back to the race there. Mulcair is pushing on. He's got around 10, 15, 20 metres. It looks like he's laid down his marker now over at around halfway through the race. He's charging on ahead, and Peter Lynch has actually gone into second, and Jack O'Leary a little bit further adrift in third, and Friends of Lisburn's James Edgar in fourth. We're back, says Liam Ogden over the tunnel. I was wondering why I was a little bit quiet there in my background noise, but Kevin Mulcair is in the lead in his white cap. Peter Lynch pulling clear of Jack O'Leary. And Sonia, we're going well. I think we'll let you go on.
I think we'll go down in the sunshine there and watch the finish and get the athletes up close.
Thanks very much for joining us, Sonia. So, back to the action. Kevin Mulcair, the heavy favourite for this race, is underlining why he's the big favourite. Jack O'Leary, who ran in the national 3,000 metres last week, he's just back and forth now and struggling a little bit. Can he get back into the top 3? Peter Lynch having a good race in second, and in third is James Edgar. I see Gareth Turnbull there. We might get him back. There was requests for him to rejoin the commentary team.
He's sixth medalist in the senior girls.
So we'll stay focused on the race. As Gareth has joined us, we had a request from a John T. Glover to have more commentary from Gareth Turnbull. And Kevin Mulcair really laying down a marker here now, Gareth.
He is indeed. This is a typical kind of Mulcair performance, isn't it, really? He's just sat there, he's just looked at what everybody has to offer first lap. He seems reasonably confident that when he's made this gap, he's not going to be caught. And the way he's opening up here, I can't see that going to happen any stage soon. He's really, really looking very, very imposing on this lead. And when he comes back around to see us, he'll have a simple 2K loop to go, and then he's home and hose.
He is fantastic now. He's tossed off the cap now. That's part of the old trick he has in his racing tactics. He's tossed off the hat. He's obviously heating up. It's annoying him now, and it's down to business now as he's going up this. He's going down the flat end of the course, and he's going to come up to the hill now shortly, and he's got one more lap to do. And I hope he's, you were saying you miscounted the laps, but I reckon he has counted the laps properly this time.
Yes, I think his maths are probably better than mine, but no, he's. It's actually a great feeling when you're certainly right now. He'll be just loving the fact that he's done all the hard work, and now it's simply sounds a bit weird, but he's probably thinking I can show off a little here. I can just basically just get down to business in my own rhythm, and basically you can see the body language of the guys behind him. They're really starting to think. Listen, it's about second and third here, which is it's a lovely feeling to have if you're that far ahead.
Yeah. So Peter Lynch, Kilkenny. As you can see in shot there, he's just holding off at the moment the Ulster Schools champion, James Edgar, who's a first-year senior. I think he won the intermediate boys race in Clongowes Wood College last year. And just a little bit back and forth is Jack O'Leary from Clongowes Wood College. There's a big lead there now for Kevin Mulcair, an insurmountable lead really.
He must be sponsored by a cap company.
So Ems Doherty, great to see at Sonia Gray supporting the up and coming talent in Sligo. Hashtag Irish Schools XC16 at nTrai at Irish Athletics. So keep tweeting us in at Irish at hashtag Irish Schools XC16 and at Irish Athletics.
James Edgar has gone into. He's from Friends School.
So that's Em O'Shea there.
But it's the easy, fluent,
tweeting us in.
Style. You're not going to see his lights for a long,
so there'll be more coming, but Kevin Mulcair there is a class act. Pardon the pun as usual, but he is pulling away. He's got another lap to go.
Like this young Kevin Mulcair. He was with them 1 lap ago.
He's striding out here now in the dark blue vest of St. Flannan's Ennis. Then coming towards us now in front of the grandstand will be Peter Lynch in second, and just hanging into him there is James Edgar of Friends Lisburn in the red singlet and the green shorts, and it looks like in fourth is Craig McMeechan. So Jack O'Leary, sorry, in fourth. In fifth is Craig McMeechan, I think, chasing them down. And the battle is on for this team race. And just see one St. Aidan's singlet there. Could be Adam O'Brien leading the charge. Then St. Aidan's Brian Flanagan. So they've got a lot to do.
St. Aidan's looking very strong. The second St.
So it's going to be a tough team race. Did you win? You would have won the team title. Who would have been Joe McAllister, who's coaching now. St. Malachy's would have been to the fore in the team titles as well, Garrett.
Yeah, I think there was a year we may have had, someone probably will correct me, first, second, third and fifth maybe. Or no, first, second, third, seventh and ninth. John Glover, if you're listening, you can correct me for that one. But anyway, it's just looking at Mulcair here. He's pretty much taken 25 to 30 seconds out of everybody over 2K here. I mean, I'd love to see where this performance would put him at a Eurocross again, because a style like that and a rhythm like that and a course like this, I mean, it's certainly medal potential. But he just looks the real deal here. You know, you can just visually see people. It looks like it's hard work. You know, as you were saying, Phil. You know, Zatopek said when it's about style, I'll worry about style, but if it comes naturally like it does to Mulcair, it's a massive bonus. On underfoot conditions out there for people just watching again, it's a very chewy surface. It would definitely ruin your balance and your rhythm, but he has it and he looks absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, just to put it into context, like he's pulling away from this field, but that's because he is a top class athlete. He's broken John Tracy's 40-year-old 5,000 metre record last year, agonisingly outside the medals over 5,000 at the European Juniors. And okay, he had a disappointing result. That can happen at the European Junior Cross, but he is getting back into top form, and I suppose he'll be looking to try and break 14 minutes for 5,000. So he's charging away. We might try and look if we can pan back down the course just a tiny bit and see if we can see the battle for second and third. So we're fanning back there, and as was confirmed over the tannoy, that's Peter Lynch. He's just pulling away from James Edgar from Lisburn in third. So Peter Lynch is going well. Looks like we have our fourth runner there. Again, I don't know if that is actually in the red. There is just somebody. I don't know if they're racing. They're just running down, and I think we can see Jack O'Leary there. So as we come back towards the top end of the field, we're going to try and catch them all.
A great battle going on for second and third.
So we're just catching them. So there might be some lapping going on. That's some of the back markers there. So we'll just try and pick them out again as they come across. Just back to the right, I think, of the starting pen. There's Mulcair. We think, yeah, that's Mulcair there. He's just slightly stooped over Gareth, but he's still making great ground.
I mean, if you're Peter Lynch here, you've got to be just telling yourself that you're running fantastically well. It's almost very unfortunate that he's against someone that classy, because I think in any other year Peter Lynch could be considered himself the Irish Schools cross-country champion. So Mulcair has just got the tools. It's the first time I've actually seen him live on a course like this, and it's just very, very impressive to watch. It really is.
It's truly dominant performance by Mulcair. Up the hill.
He's a wonderful young man. Pat Hogan, his coach, has done a wonderful
So as Liam Moggins just after saying over the tannoy, he's like, I ran in that race with Kevin Mulcair. It is a type run. He's having a look over his left shoulder, but he's got so much class. He's just got too much of him, so much strength. Great credit to his coach, Pat Hogan, and the Ennis Track Club in Clare. He had a look back, but he's just got so much to spare over Peter Lynch.
He literally could go round again. You know, I mean, that's what we're looking at here. It's a shame we won't really see him open up here because he doesn't need to in his sprint finish. But he could definitely go round again, Phil, and that's how good he looks.
So here he is. He's just hugging the barriers to the left-hand side. Will we see a celebration? Liam Morgan is saying, let's hear for a big cheer for Kevin Mulcair. They're clapping him in. He's defended his senior boys cross-country title. The hands are up. What's he doing? Oh, he just keeps it just to the finger wags, a bit of a smile. Pat Hogan might have just said, look, just win the race. Nothing too fancy. But that's a big win from. And here's Peter Lynch from St. Kieran's College in Kilkenny. He has a look back. He'll be very happy with that second place run, because James Edgar is a very good runner, also a good triathlete, and he's in third for Friends of Lisburn there in the red. It looks like Craig McMeechan coming in fourth.
Jack is fifth, the big improvement from the 8th of last time. 8th is first. This is the defending champion Adam O'Brien.
So Jack O'Leary. So Cathal Doyle is leading St. Aidan's now. So Cathal Doyle leading in St. Aidan's. Brian Flanagan coming in for St. Aidan's as well. So they have two men in. Tyg McGinty has a look back, the Connacht Schools cross-country champion, as he's going to come in across the line. As I see, we're focusing in just here on Kevin Mulcair talking. But back to the finish, and we see Tyg McGinty coming in. And now the big team battle. Paul O'Donnell paid for his early efforts there for Delasdale Church, and he's third in the Leinsters, but that was a tough test, of course. Adam O'Brien is in for St. Aidan's. That's another big run. I think Michael Powers in for St. Augustine's Dungarvan. This is tough running. You can see the test. Fergal Curtin is in. Another good runner. So it is quite a deep field here. And Kevin Mulcair just decimated them, Gareth. And he's lost for words. I suppose we've said it around 17 million times already. But he has decimated quite a strong field. Even just the top 20 there, you've got people like Fergal Curtin. They've run international cross-country races, international schools. And they just had nothing. They couldn't keep up with Mulcair. He just has so much strength. And like I think, and Sean Carrick, coming in for St. Aidan's, but just that Kevin Mulcair has so much strength. And when you're up against a class athlete, all you can do is just say, hey, what could I do?
That's what I was going to say to you. Sorry, Phil. Liam Morgan's doing such a good job. We were drowned out by a sound there. But no, I mean, guys, the standard today behind Kevin was still very, very strong, you know, and it's a big reflection about how the strength and depth at Irish Schools level is still there. But I seriously mean, I've seen growing up watching the Brian Conways, the Dave Healy's, the Mark Carrolls run this race, and he's put that to bed in the way they've done it. So I wouldn't be surprised if we're sitting here at the 125th Irish Schools anniversary and Kevin's commentating and he's looking back and saying, you know, that's a Mulcair-esque performance. So it really was very, very impressive to watch, and it just makes it great to go away, you know, and take that from the day and go, you know, we've seen something special here.
Yeah, so we have had some impressive winners. Sarah Healy in the intermediate girls, Lewis O'Loughlin in the junior boys, Kevin Mulcair there in the senior. A tight race in the senior girls with Emer Fitzpatrick taking the title there. I think it was Amy McKenna from St. Macdara's won the minor girls. And in the minor boys was Sean Donoghue from St. Declan's in Cabra. as we see our top 6 there. Our 1, 2, 3, we transported that from Morton Stadium. Our podium, Kevin Mulcair having a good chat there. So Mulcair in the centre there for St. Flannan's College vest. Peter Lynch to the left in the black and white, St. Kieran's College Kilkenny. James Edgar in third there with the red vest. Craig McMeechan in the Bangor CS in fourth. Jack O'Leary, Clongoweswood College in fifth with the purple, and the white and red of St. Aidan's. That's Cathal Doyle. And more importantly than his 6th place, he'll be hoping that he's guided his school from Whitehall in Dublin to the All-Ireland team title.
The first cross-country in Ballinasloe, 1964. Oh, the Ryle was there at the time. First schools cross-country that had boys and girls was a cheer.
Come on, Owen was the cheer for one of them. Come on, Owen Reedy. Jack O'Leary. He won't be too pleased with his 5th place finish, but he'll be back again. But there's the champion, Kevin Mulcair. He's loving it there. He's just having a chat, soaking it all up before he heads back down on the road for Ennis.
I was going to say, Phil, it's always fun to watch actually when you're here. You look at all the team managers from all the different schools basically just trying to desperately work out where their 4th man was. I think that's the bit that after obviously the Mulcair show, there's a race within a race here, and everybody's desperately trying to work out where they were in relation to other people. I was with the Samalakis boys earlier on there, and they were just discussing where they'd been in the intermediate race and trying to cross-check where people were that they were racing against in the Ulsters. So there's still some serious sums to be done here before we hand out the team titles overall, but it's just fascinating to watch again.
Yeah, it is. Just that every medal counts, from the bronze team medals right up to the gold individual winner, and then of course those who didn't medal, but that can still come through. And I think that's the test. Is we've got one more race on the stream to go. We've got the university cross country, 8,000 metres still to come. But as you were saying, Garrett, still have the sums to do. Still trying to the 4th score, as Liam is saying over the tannoy. The 4th man as well. It can be the soccer player. It can be the lad. He's doing a few days a week. But they're the all-important 4th man.
Exactly, and that's the beauty of schools cross and the right team, so it's absolutely brilliant to see. There's and the other thing to look at it here is also there's a lot of teams maybe that have stepped up from intermediate up to senior for the first year, so maybe on paper it might look a 5th place team mightn't look great, but if they're made up of guys that are going to come back next year, you know, if Peter Lynch, who was 8th last year, was 2nd this year, there's a lot of people that we'll be seeing again next year. So again, that's what makes it all more remarkable that Mulcair has been able to win it last year and win it this year, because that obviously with the kids growing up at rates between 15, 16 and 17, sheer size can make a difference. So if you have a kid that can win a year young, you've got a very special talent. But it's just very important for these teams to stay together throughout the next sort of 6-7 months, realise that their performance today was definitely good, and then we'll see them all back again next year.
Yeah, I think the physical size can make a huge difference. I was reading the programme and I've heard the story from Eamon Coughlin before. His coach was telling him, you know, you were beaten, but look at him. He's got hair under his arms. You don't even have any. So wait till you can grow hair under your arms, and then you'll be beating them.
Well, there was an old joke in Samalakis when we were racing against North Monastery that when we were running past the Mon guys, their kids were cheering them on at the side. So, you know, I mean, that's obviously allegedly. I'm not pointing out to anybody, but no, forgive me, Brother Dooley, if you can hear me. But it's the fact that, I mean, size does make a massive difference at this level. So you're just looking for the kids that are just having a positive experience today, and we'll be back next year.
Yeah, old rivalries don't die hard. So the top 3 there: Kevin Mulcair, Peter Lynch and James Edgar. Great runs from also Zach Irwin, the sprinter, has been doing some cross-country work here, tweeting for Athletics Ireland and updating the Facebooks. So he's been doing a great job as we've been streaming. And see, Greg Hosseini, he's just in the picture there. He does the walks, and you can just see all those St. Aidan's lads, Gareth. They're littered around in the white and red singlets, and they're just basically hovering around. They want to know if they've gotten this team gold. Greg Hosseini, the man from Mauritius, as his teacher Alan O'Neill calls him. He does the walk, he does the cross country, and this is what they've built up towards since back in September, and even just back through the years when Alan O'Neill gets them through in first year, just like Joe would in St. Malachy's, and just build them up, and it really is the senior titles that mean the most.
Yeah, it certainly is. But I mean, it's you've got to take it back also to the basic level of, you know, the kids are here to have fun. They're a lot of the beauty of schools is, you know, it's a trip away with the lads in the bus, you know, your first maybe overnight somewhere with the boys, and you've got to keep it fun, you know, and the schools does so well in making sure that everybody's aware of the logistics about the organisation. I mean, I'm looking out here, you know, they've made a race course turn into an athletics track very, very easily, and it's such a credit to everybody who's involved with the organisation side of things. But it's just it's an institution with the schools, and you know, we've been competing with Liam Morgan all day, but there's no better man to be second best to, because his enthusiasm, as we're just cheering off the last finisher to finish here, it's just absolutely fantastic. He's synonymous with the whole event, and an Irish schools without Liam Morgan would be a lesser place, certainly.
That's true. So we just have a few team title winners here as we've panned to the university's 8,000 metre race. We'll have a look and see who's in that one as they come across on the screen. We're looking at some team winners there from the girls. St. Aidan's lads are still hanging around waiting to see, totting up the sums. Did they win? Did they not win? They've got they're all members of Clonliffe Harriers there in Santry in Dublin. We're just waiting to see what's the latest.
Get ready. Now, I don't have any list if David Matthews or Enda Fitz or Roddy Gaynor. I don't have a list of competitors for that.
So there they are. They're still waiting, totting up. There's the university men's 8,000 metres. So we've got a good half hour running. Then we can bring that through.
Mercy College Sligo were indeed represented in the minor girls.
So just holding here, University men's 8,000. We might take a little quick break before they start. We might even miss a start.
It doesn't cost much to feel amazing. A pair of running shoes and a bit of determination is all you need. Running increases your confidence, giving you greater control of your life. Tailored health insurance from GloHealth means you can choose the cover that suits you, your lifestyle, and your budget. Get real value, real control, and feel amazing.
Galway are well represented, as are Queen's University Belfast, Trinity, one of our traditional colleges that hosted this in the past. UCC have a big team. UCD are here, and UL hoping to add to the team title of the.
So we're just back here. We've had our GloHealth ad, our sponsors of all the national events, including the schools here today, and they're off here in the 8,000 metres. University, and this is the last race of the day in Sligo Racecourse. We're stomping our feet, we're trying to keep warm, keep the blood flow going. Last but not least, our University Championships, and as Liam Morgan said, we have 5 big laps. So here they are, the next cavalry charge, the final human river of the day on Sligo Racecourse. We've got usual suspects, UCD, Trinity, DCU, the powerhouse of athletics. Might have some Queens in there, UL. Lone IT have been featuring more prominently. So we're going to have a few more Chessers in there. So Pat Hogan must have at least, he's the coach of Kevin Mulcair, he's at least 25 plus runners. There's a number of coaches here who have some amount of runners competing throughout the day in university competition, schools competition. I can see Liam Brady in the centre there. Liam Brady's last year's winner, and he's just a leader there. So we'll just have a look through. Liam Brady in the lead. We'll see who will kind of come through. Pierre Merchant is there in DCU in the dark singlet in the mix. Try and pick out that UCD runner as well in the lead. So we've got the we've got CIT in there, WIT, UL, UCC. Got UL to the fore there, and Pierre Merchant is in the all Navy. He was in the national 1500 metre indoor Indoor race. Did you ever, Gareth, transfer from indoors to cross country and back?
8,000 metres ran over the cross
Did you ever
country
transfer
course.
from
Very, very
from an
manual
indoor
process.
over to a cross country race?
You change
Because that can
direction,
happen
you
here. That
change
people have
pace,
run like
the
national
surface
indoors
goes
last week and then
around.
over to the cross country.
Kevin was
Yeah,
there,
yeah. I
like
mean,
half
because we
back
have
by
5
sea.
laps, we'll
So
talk.
that's-
There was one year actually. This is like story time with Gareth. The British 3As indoors was, and the British Universities indoors was week on week, followed by the Busa cross country as well. So I did all 3 in a row, and I'd run the Busa indoor 3K, and a journalist had asked me, "You're in a massive step up in distance next week, Gareth. It's a 12K cross country race. What are you going to do?" And as a cheeky young scamp, I said, "Well, if I get bored, I'll probably take out a crossword." And we wound up in the middle of the Busa cross country. Very few people know this, so anyway, it's an exclusive. And during the race, just as I left the hotel to go to the race, I did happen to stuff a crossword in my pocket. And the arrogance of youth had me leading the Busa cross country by about 100 metres going into the home straight. So I couldn't resist, but I took out the crossword, took out a pen that I had in my pocket, and proceeded to complete the crossword as I was crossing the finishing line.
As you won the race.
As I won the race, yes, that didn't go down well in a lot of regards, and I look back now and I apologise to everybody who was in the race because it was very, very arrogant. But that's how I dealt with the transition between indoors and cross country.
So Conor McGregor could put that down in shorts now this evening. He could have the crossword and the pen if he's successful there this evening. But that is the I suppose the epitome or the true sign of arrogance right there, or the arrogance of youth. We were young and we would never die.
That's it. Well, it's one thing to be able to do it as long as you can back it up. But I mean, I wouldn't. I think the same little arrogance scamp. Then I went to a world cross country and was beating up black and blue. That was the famous race where I was running, and one of the juniors who was watching the race said, "That's it, Ireland. Keep on going. Just don't look behind you." So I knew I was fairly well back there. But yeah, it swings and roundabouts. But sure, it's all a bit of fun.
Yeah, on one of the shows, it's like confident or cocky. Matthew Centrowitz, two-time world medalist over 1,500 metres. He won the Wanamaker Mile there again in 3:50. And you know, as he said, is it confident or cocky? And he funnily said, well, cocky. But you know, it is a fine line, and it is so much about self-belief, confidence. And you know, you felt so good, you take out the crossword and you just see it with different aspects. And funnily enough, if you actually lose that and become, let's say, a nicer guy to everyone else, you lose your edge.
Well, that's it. I mean, I think we were talking in the hotel last night, Phelim, on your massive expense account was all about the fact that Ronnie O'Sullivan, you know, what we thought of him. And, you know, some people will look at an elite sportsman and go, you know, that's just cocky, it's disrespectful. But listen, if you can back up your actions with by what you're saying, it's absolutely fine by me. You know, that's why Ali was such a hero to so many people, because he had the style, but he also had the substance. So, I mean, anybody that's happy to talk the talk, if they can walk the walk, I have no problem with that whatsoever.
Yeah, and Conor McGregor is one of those, for Ireland anyway, Conor McGregor is one who's walking the walk as well as talking the talk. And, you know, Kevin Mulcair, he did his head over heels last year, and he's backing himself up again here today. But it is kind of the psychological side of running is an important aspect. Okay, you don't have to, you know, go over the top, but having that little bit of edge, a little bit of confidence bordering on arrogance, it's what you need to kind of gee yourself up. Like Craig Mottram was another one who was borderline cocky or confident, and I remember he won in Prefontaine on 8:04 for 2 miles, and they asked him and he said, pardon English, but he said it depends on who has the biggest balls. But I mean, it is about who has guts, who can, you know, because it is a pressure environment and you have to back yourself in tough competition because nobody's going to give it to you.
Well, that's it. I mean, listen, if you're not confident, you know, why are you really lining up? You know, you've got to stand on the line and believe that you're capable of winning the race, or at least think that you have a chance of winning the race. And that one person's confidence can be interpreted as arrogance. But I mean, a lot of guys will turn up at a race and keep themselves to themselves, be focused, have tunnel vision. And if you catch someone at the wrong time, they might think, oh, he didn't look at me, he didn't acknowledge me. But that's just someone in the zone. So I mean, ultimately, I think the key is no matter what you do, as long as you carry it with respect, So, I mean, Ronnie O'Sullivan or Ali or whoever else, even in athletics context, Craig Mottram was a very, very nice fella off the track. What his business was get completed when he was running, that's entirely up to him. But at the end of the day, he would still shake your hand and he would still say, well done, or have an interest in what you've done. And that's it. So as long as your reputation isn't for arrogance off the track, that's absolutely fine.
Exactly, as Liam Brady, last year's champion, he's picked up the pace and he's stretching it out nicely now. Andrew Connick is in second for WIT, but again, that was the same. People used to say about James Nolan was arrogant, but if they actually looked a little bit closer, I know he walked off the track when he was beaten in that type of duel, but in general he would always wait for the last man across the line, shake their hands, and it's the side that people, they're only seeing the show, as they say, what you're trying to G yourself up for. It's the same with Conor McGregor. You see on the other outtakes some of the things that he does to meet the fans on the other side of it. But Liam Brady stretching out, and I think it could be Ben Thistlewood perhaps in second. Andrew Connick has drifted back to third. But being fit, like it is a massive commitment. Like, you're running the best distance runners at senior level. They're certainly at least minimum running 80 miles a week plus, adding in all the extra strength and condition and all the other training, all the sacrifice you're putting on the line. You nearly have to be telling yourself, why am I doing this?
Well, I mean, that's it. I mean, listen, anybody turning up to a major championship on the track or cross country at a senior level clearly is talented. I mean, there's no doubt in that, even though it looks sometimes on a world cross country where you are.
So we might just pan to the infield there. St. Aidan's are the senior boys champions, and they're doing a bit of championes. So they're up and down there. There's St. Aidan CBS from Whitehall. They put on the line. That's Sean Carrick doing a little dance there for the St. Aidan's Whitehall CBS. The hugs are going around. Alan O'Neill gives them the thumbs up. He's their teacher, their mentor. He coached them in first year, and then he filters them into Clonliffe Harriers to coaches such as Noel Guyden, and they have a big crew there. So happy days indeed. And Liam Moggan also congratulates them over the tannoy. And we might just go back just down to the back end of the race there on the right hand side. It is stretching out nicely now. So just home in there. There's Liam Brady still leading here from Athlone IT. He's had an interesting year. He's run a marathon. Didn't go as well as expected. But he's leading this university's race. And he's hoping to win this one. And Liam Brady, and we heard the name mentioned over the tannoy as well. Liam Brady, the soccer player as well, was a former student of St. Aidan's who won the senior boys race. But Liam Brady leading 8,000 metres. It's heavy going. And again, a lot of the crowd is filtered out now at the schools, but these students have battle to do still, Gareth, before they can go off and enjoy the evening, as the students always do post-race.
Yeah, it gives a whole new meaning to student life, really, here, doesn't it? I mean, these students everywhere are having a few pints watching Soccer Saturday, and these guys are choosing recreational activity in a field in Sligo. But, listen, it's the same thing, Phelim. Listen, anybody committed to running and being out there today deserves a real round of applause, because it's just beautiful to see that people are doing it for themselves, and that's why running's so special, because it's always just about yourself. You don't need a team as long as you're motivated to do it yourself. There's always a race for you.
Yeah, and don't get us wrong, they will have a banquet later, the students here, and they will be enjoying themselves post-race, the university students, that is. They'll be enjoying themselves at the banquet, and it's part of the hard work. And we might just pan back again. We can see Loretto Mullingar won the senior girls. We'll just take a little look back as they're climbing up the hill. Liam Brady still turning on the pace. There's our Loretto Mullingar, our senior girls winners. So flying along, 2 laps to go after this. So we can just pan slightly out, and they will be coming just right into 4. They'll be coming anyway, just slightly to the left. And there they are. There's Liam Brady in the lead for Athlone IT. I think that's Ben Thistlewood in second.
2 laps to go, and if there's any kind of slippage, and indeed is that David McCarthy now in 3rd or 4th place.
And we've got, it looks like Dave McCarthy maybe from DCU there. But we'll have a look.
2 more laps to go. I'd like to identify.
As a few of our pages blow away, but we'll keep all our results here because we've got reports to write after we've got our streaming. It's all go. So plenty of action.
Senior girls, 1, 2, 3,
The clean-up
4,
is
5,
starting.
6. Michael Hunt would love to see you, and any teams that have not yet got their medals, please go down there.
So Liam Brady's still leading this one. Ben
Like
Thistlewood
to be on a
second.
hot griddle down there waiting to get rid of the medals, but he's charming when you get there.
DCU, it could be Dave McCarthy in third coming through.
And any teams who feel there are 2 medals, Michael Hunt has all of those.
Generally pick out his running style there.
To those going out to the University's 8,000 metres.
He's had a lot of injuries, Dave McCarthy, but he's working his way back to full fitness, and he's out here really just to try and help DCU to the team title. UL won the senior women's, the university women's title, led by Michelle Finn in first.
Adrian Hampson, I didn't get to see you, I'd like to, but Adrian Hampson is here.
Yeah, I mean, Phil, I mean, that's going back to your point about what uses cross country can have for everybody across the board. So David McCarthy is a classic example. Massively talented guy, a range from 5k, 1500 metres, would definitely be thereabouts in the summer at a European Championship standard, hopefully, and pushing for a Rio qualification. But he can use this cross country race as a means to get fit. I mean, he can basically use it as a workout come race. So, and it's in a nice kind of chilled out environment. You know, it's not under any pressure. He's not judging himself by the clock. It's just how he feels. So it's a good half hour's work in a competitive environment, and that's another example of why cross country is such a good base across the board. You get guys obviously taking it very, very seriously because this is the peak of their season, but there's so many stories across the board today, maybe not so much on the schools level, but certainly at this university level, where guys are just testing themselves out, seeing what's in the tank. Maybe they've done a workout 2-3 days ago, they're trying to see can they back it up again, and after this they can maybe kick forward again with another bit of training. So very, very useful form of fitness for especially someone like David McCarthy, and hopefully a good run today, and we'll see him back on the track in the summer.
Yeah, and as Sonia said as well, like you're saying, it's a half an hour of hard work, and again, you can't compare cross country. It's a different course. This is a testing course. You can't say, well, in this cross country race I did this, and there has been a lot of ups and downs throughout the day. Some runners who would have thought they were going to run better, they just found out on the day either they didn't get it right, or it's just the course wouldn't have necessarily suited them, and it suits other runners some of the times. A tough testing course here, the biting cold wind, the deceptively long stretching hills, and I think there's a lot of surface water down the back end. So there is a lot of different running here, firm running, a bit of mud slipping. Who are the mudlarks who can negotiate that, and who's the most economical and that can get up and down those hills without overly expending?
Yeah, I mean, that's it. I mean, if you look at the schools calendar, obviously we go each province every year, so Connacht, Munster, Leinster and Ulster, and you know, to a degree there's different characteristics in each province. I remember Mollusk was always a kind of a very flat, good, solid running course. It had a wee bit of a hill in it, but it was certainly for speed types. You know, Dungarvan would have been the same down in Cork, but then places in
Waterford,
yes, places down in over in Connacht. Claremorris used to be where was it? Boyle was a great course for actually being very, very mucky. So it just so happens if your school's year coincides with a course that doesn't suit you, you may well be the best in your generation, but if you don't have the course to show it, it can certainly have an effect. So I mean, that's where, you know, the real greats can obviously adapt, and class will always prevail. But you know, if you're a flat track bully and your school's cross country as a senior falls on a mucky course, you mightn't be able to do yourself justice.
And it's still all to play for here. Liam Brady, the Tullamore Harrier, running for Athlone IT in the universities, 8,000 metres. Stretching away slightly. We'll just zoom in there slightly. They're just out of shot. I'm pretty sure that's David McCarthy. He's had multiple. So much needed caffeine here. We've got a little bit of a Coca-Cola here for Garrett. I had my can earlier just to perk me up. We had discussions late into the night just on the form guide and who was doing what and what we can do to improve distance running in the country. But here are our best students at the moment in the university championships. There's more pictures being taken by the GloHealth flags there. Liam Brady is leading them out. Indeed it is. David McCarthy. In 1 year, David McCarthy won the intermediate schools cross country, and then went on to the track and won the 400 and the 800. Not bad range.
That is talent again, you know. I mean, it's like, you look at the greats of the sport, and from an Irish level, say Mark Carroll went from a 148, 800 metres, 334, 1500 metres, 730 for 3K, 1303. You'd almost think he was my coach that I know these things. But 1303 for 5K, all the way up to a 210 marathon. I mean, that's a range that is extraordinary. David McCarthy in his own way here, as you say, a 4 and 8 track champion, and now hopefully going to here and win an 8K slog. Would you call it, Phil? Him in the muck here in Sligo.
Yeah, it's a slog now. He's developed since that was as an intermediate schoolboy. He won the 400. Obviously, he's top class distance runner now. He was one spot off making a world indoor final a couple of years ago, running 3:39 indoors, 3:40. He's a great distance runner over the 5,000. He debuted in 13:42. He's run a 3:55 indoor mile. And again, he's really been just working his way back to fitness. And he's running this race, really, like you say, just a hard 30-minute run. And by running relaxed and not really going after it, it looks like he's going to come through and actually potentially take this race.
Yeah, we're seeing a lot of examples of people just running away from the field, but it's actually quite nice to see it in a weird way. The most tactical race in the longest distance today. You know, David's clearly had a game plan at the start. He doesn't want to do anything stupid for the first lap. And in fact, in some ways, actually, a lot of guys will actually just want to see what the course is like and want to have a loop just to see where maybe the best running is, because, you know, a lot of people will do the warm-ups away from the course. So David's maybe had a look, he's sat away from the wind, he's basically hasn't to do any work, and now that he's in a position that he knows he can strike.
It sure is, and they're still locked together here. We've got, I think it's Ben Thistlewood from UCC in the red, hailing from Canada. We've got Liam Brady still hugging the left there of the barrier, and then David McCarthy is in there as well. So still got a little bit to go in this race. McCarthy, Thistlewood and Brady. We'll keep an eye on any more updates here on the old social media, righty. So Colin Walsh, Brendan Ahern, athletes should never lose focus, so we're flying along here. Another brilliant win for Kevin Mulcair on the banner. As Zach tweeted off Athletics Ireland, was there ever a doubt? No, there wasn't really ever a doubt. And Liam Brady still chugging up the frontier. He's just a pure diesel engine here. These are just a few more tweets you can have a scroll through. So Liam Brady 1, Dave McCarthy 2, Ben Thistlewood 3, and we've got another red vest back and forth.
He won titles at 800 and 1500 metres on the track as well. One of the most personal.
So we'll keep scrolling down, see what else we can pick through. We're in our final race of the day. Had one of your other training partners, Mark Christie, would have won multiple university titles, and as you guys used to name him, rookie Christie, going on to run 13:28. But again, I know not on the same level as Mark Carroll, but another underrated athlete for his depth. He's run around 3:41 for 1500, 13:28. Good over cross country, good in the track, right up to hasn't really run too many 10,000s on the track. But he did win the national title on the track there, beating Mick Clossy. But again, just the range of Mark Carroll is incredible, that he can run 1:48 for an 800 right up to a 2:10 marathon. Again, Mark Christie going up 13:28 for the 5,000. And again, as we can see right in the mix here, Dave McCarthy just hanging in second, 3:55 mile, right up to good. Can fly over 5 miles on the road and even produce good cross-country performances.
Yeah, it's interesting here watching David. I mean, it might have been a while maybe since he was last involved in the track. I'm sure David is sitting here just going to go and trust the fact that he hasn't kicked, and I'd be very surprised if someone was able to outsprint him. So probably in a position now where if he doesn't want to kick for home from here, he can just basically just wait, sit out through the last lap, and then maybe with about 200-300 metres to go make a move and just trust muscle memory kicks in again, and at the mile speed can crack on. But very interesting. Whoever put that tweet in there to say, unlike our cameraman, athletes shouldn't lose focus, I think that's a bit cheeky. Really, really hard conditions here, and I'd like to say well done to the production team, because it's absolutely fantastic in these conditions to actually produce the pictures we're doing. It's very, very well done.
It is indeed. Back in your box, Ahern. So we're back on focus here. We've got Dave McCarthy just edging Liam Brady here. Ben Thistlewood hanging in there.
Pierre Marchand there in 6th. Pierre from the Navan.
We're just hearing just over the Tannoy. Pierre Merchant is in 6th for DCU. So again, it's more team battles up for grabs. DCU, they've been the dominant force down through the years, down in recent years in university competition, with the likes of the aforementioned Mark Christie. Then in the women's, they've had the likes of Fionnuala McCormack, Nae Britton, Linda Byrne, plenty of stalwarts down through the years. And we can see just in the tent to the right of the screen, that's Skull Aiden, that's St. Aidan's. They won the senior boys title, and we saw them doing their jig and dance, and they're actually still hugging each other down there, so they're happy out, happy days. More medals being dished out there for the team competition. Trying to see what school they are. They're just in an array of clothing.
The last lap of the last race from the 10-year race.
So here comes McCarthy, just so we focus back in. Off he goes. He'd already gotten the gap, but now he's really just opened it up. He's flying down the end. He's going to be going right on down into the
success of someone who has won
to the wet, heavy ground down the back straight. But Dave McCarthy making his move now. He said, enough is enough. I'm going to lay down the marker now, and off I go.
Yeah, I mean, David needs to apologise because I've just built him up for a nice sprint finish there. I've told everybody that he's going to sit tight, just wait and kick, and now he's gone and done that, which is really rude, but I'll forgive him because what he's doing is fantastic. I mean, as Liam Morgan's commentating over us here, saying the fact that junior schools cross country and intermediate schools cross country, a senior schools cross country, and now a varsity cross country, I can't believe that's happened before, and it's just a great way to see finish the day, really, Phil. You know, someone who hopefully we'll be seeing on a senior level this summer on the track, to be actually back using this as a way to get back to full fitness again. So fantastic running by David, and let's hopefully just see him take it home.
It's good stuff. The team medals are being presented for the senior boys. Dave McCarthy is home and host. I would just try and pick out who are some of those teams there in the top 3 in the seniors. So Dave McCarthy really pouring it on now. He's gone all over the wet back end of the course there, and he is really charging on as Liam Brady and Ben Thistle try to negotiate the back markers as well and try and settle out these minor medals.
And St. Kieran's in Kenny. So we've Dublin, Clare.
So it looks like St. Aidan's won the team there in the senior boys, we said. And sorry, St. Flannan's of Ennis. Mulcair has his back cap back on, and he's guided his team to the silver medals. And it looks like St. Kieran's College of Kilkenny got the bronze. So again, that's another great performance there. If that's St. Kieran's College Kilkenny in the bronze medal position there in the senior boys, I think I see Peter Lynch in the back. They just snuck in the Leinster schools. It's amazing how you can pack the pack mentality, how you can pack together and get a result. St. Kieran's College Kilkenny just got the bronze medals in Leinster, and then they come and back it up and get the bronze medals in the All-Ireland.
I was talking to one of the fellas on the Malachy's team who was 17th in the Ulster schools and was 17th today in the junior race. So I mean, and he wound up beating everybody who was ahead of him Ulster other than 3 people. So listen, it's day to day. There's nothing to say that course at Leinster was different than there was here. So as it's pointed out, that's the point. The cross country racing can be a little bit idiosyncratic. You can sometimes see different results different times, unlike the track where I suppose everything's the same. But David McCarthy's coming in here,
so here comes David McCarthy into the home straight. Just a little slip, but here he comes. He's the university's cross-country champion. He's won junior, inter and senior boys titles. Now he comes through. He's coming over his injuries. He just runs through, not even a celebration. He just said, look, job done. There's the business done. I won the title. No great frills. He's just going to assess the body, and hopefully Ben Thistlewood comes through nicely for second there for UCC. Liam Brady, last year's champion, is in the bronze. We'll just see a couple of the runners through as we'll close out the stream now just shortly. So we've had our top three. Dave McCarthy for DCU, and second was Ben Thistlewood from UCC. And in third was our defending champion Liam Brady. And as Jerry Spring used to say, my final thought, we'll just see some of the runners stringing in nice bit of a cap there. A few style gurus here in the students. But what's been your final thought of the evening, of the afternoon, in fact?
I think you can't help but just go away thinking that Kevin Mulcair is definitely a name that will stay with us for the next sort of 10 odd years at the Irish level, and hopefully, as you say, we've repeated it long enough today, the names in the past who've won these races and gone on to better things. And as I said, if Kevin can do half of what the names like Mark Carlson you have done in the future, we'll be well happy with what we've seen today.
Yeah, and some fast finishes there. Cormac Kelly, Pierre Merchant, and then Dara Renix for AIT, just holding off Kevin Chess of UL for a fast finish. Damien Landers, the bronze medalist in the National Senior 1500 metres for UCD. Andrew Connick for WIT. Looks like Rick Nally, UCD. Carl Fitzmaurice, Ennis-Track and AIT. Michael Carey back in competition as well for DCU. Another Chesser there is in. And they're all filing in here. It's been a great stream. We've kept it all together, but I think that'll be a wrap now for our coverage at Sligo Racecourse for the centenary year of the Irish Schools Athletics Association for the GloHealth All-Ireland Schools Cross Country Championships. St Aidan's are the senior boys champions. Thank you for joining us. You can keep tweeting us in, bit of Facebook. We'll get right in our reports and more results. And there we'll pan out. You can see with the top three in the senior boys cross country. Thanks for joining us.